I would have knocked Bjorn, but I was otherwise engaged.
It is not the asking, but the bidding, as we say at home.
I couldn't agree with you more.
You have the desktop agitation relievers?
The very latest model. You can feel the worries queuing up to jump overboard, can't you?
There's a mistake, surely.
Bung one of those on your desk, Bjorn, and your agitation levels will be in the basement before you know it.
Mr. Daly, desktop meant for a computer. Advanced graphics, VGA.
Bjorn, computers do not relieve stress. They cause it. Ask anyone.
I hope Mr. Jurgensen agrees with you. It's a brave man who walks backwards into the cave of the snowcat. The list is down to 1 page.
Bjorn, I detect a note of dread. No need. By the time Mr. Jorgensen makes his recce, Daily Enterprises will have delivered.
He arrives at 6 tomorrow.
Everything will be here on time. You have the daily guarantee.
That is good. Because if the goods are not here, you will not be paid.
Have I got a treat for you, Ray? Nice bodywork. It's a lovely little vehicle.
There's nothing wrong with how it looks, Tiny.
All right, so the steering's a bit on the heavy side, and I'll admit the tyres have got a touch of the old Telly Savalis. But basically, it's a sound car. 5.
I'll give you 3.
4.
325.
350, and I'll sling in a logbook that swears that Elvis used to own it. I shall miss this little motor. It's a thoroughbred, Ray.
You sure you're not getting out of your depth?
The secret of business success, Dave, is never to be intimidated by the matter in hand. You do not climb Everest by standing at the bottom and thinking how slippery it looks.
Yeah. But what do you know about aqua massage pools?
Very good if you do a lot of heavy lifting work. I thought you might stick one in that cubbyhole by the cellar.
I don't see what's wrong with hot bath and a drop of Radox.
I couldn't agree more, Dave. But the fact is, there are thousands of jittery individuals looking for professional help on the unwinding front. And they pay good money.
Yeah, but look, these low prices you're charging them, it don't pay for the instruction books on half of these things.
Oh, that's because I got most of the stuff through my usual outlets. I didn't have to go through the official channels.
You sure, Arthur?
You cannot tell the difference, Dave. I mean, these brochures are all right for giving you an idea of what the customer has in mind. But you only use them as a guideline, not gospel. I better see if they're under starter's orders.
Oh, is Ray delivering this stuff?
Yeah, with outside help.
Who are you using?
Dipso Pete.
You're joking.
No. He's off it. Well, most of the time.
The best of luck, Arthur. I shall keep my fingers crossed for you.
No need, Dave. In the words of Sir Edmund, nothing is unsurmountable if you've got enough Sherpas. Ray, Bjorn's getting in a twitch about everything arriving on time. You did double-check them lists, didn't you?
Treble checked.
Good. Hop hold of this. I want you in constant touch.
What for?
I'm not taking any chances. All history's great disasters have been heralded by a moment of seemingly inconsequential risk-taking. I mean, think of our cricket team. One man's bowl of prawns becomes a nation's humiliation.
Look, I've been through every single thing on Bjorn's list.
Good boy. Oh, that reminds me. All that bump you put together about stress management went down very well at the American end. You might find a little something extra in your wage pack at the end of the month. Look, I'll pop over to Axel Addy. You sort out the jacuzzis with Fitness Freddy, all right?
Yeah, I thought we weren't supposed to call them jacuzzis anymore.
Only in front of people who paid for aqua massager pools.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, are you collecting?
Pardon?
I do apologise. I don't think we got the envelope. Here. Always happy to help a lady of the cloth.
Thank you.
Now, when you've done that...
I like this one.
I'm delighted. We do have a fairly extensive range.
I'd like to buy it. It's exactly what I've been looking for.
Would you care to sit in?
Bless you.
And that is a very competitive price, as I'm sure you've already noticed.
Arthur, it's not worth half that.
Ray, worth is measured by what people are prepared to pay for something. Now, come on your way. The clock's ticking.
Arthur, she's a nun.
That fact had not gone unnoticed. That motor is the perfect little runaround for her.
Arthur, you couldn't.
Watch.
Arthur's got his hands full, Freddie. But he wants me to check that everything's ready to go for tomorrow.
You can wheel them straight out the doors. I wouldn't recommend lifting them without a winch, though. We're into hernia territory, Ray.
How come you never fitted them?
I started thinking about the bacteria. All that hot water and all them different people getting in and out all day.
Yeah, but the chemicals would kill everything.
It's easy for you to say, Ray. Strapping lad, fit. You got to think of God's more fragile creatures. Come on, I'll show you the fitment.
It's a lovely shape.
And the matching colour's very agreeable, if I may say so.
I'll have it.
You won't regret it.
Will you take a check?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, would you excuse me a moment, madam?
Arthur, I don't believe it.
Is there a reason for this visit? Or have you decided the deadline we're working to is a bit on the generous side?
Arthur, you're ripping her off.
Sister Angelica is delighted with her purchase. Who am I to stand in the way of such happiness?
I just hope nothing goes wrong with it, Arthur. You've got to remember who she works for.
Ah, don't be ridiculous.
You thought the Masons looked after their own. You just wait.
Ray, I have personally ridden in that motor, and it is well worthy of its daily stamp of quality control.
Arthur, you gave one of them to Ronnie Clark's cabriolet.
Freak gust of wind, Ray. How was Freddie?
The jacuzzis are fine. Well, he's a bit worried he might have rabies.
Here you are, Mr. Daly.
Oh.
All present and correct.
Excuse me, you sure you don't want to try one of the others? A cheaper one?
No. That's the one.
A connoisseur of a fine automobile, Ray. Well, if you'd like to step into the office, my lady, I'll deal with the documentation. And if you can square it with your conscience, I'd like you to check out Dipso once more. As soon as I've done the paperwork, I'll nip over to Axor.
Good morning.
Boy, what the Good morning.
Mr. Santos says to remember that today is the day. Or you know what to expect. Okay?
Tell him they'll be there on time, as promised.
I can see you're a man of your word, Mr. Daly.
My motto has always been, do unto others as they would do unto you, if they had the chance. Oh, do you happen to remember a song called Blue Suede Shoes? I'm sure you should wear something over your ears, Axel.
Never seems to bother me, Arthur.
I expect you got used to it.
Must have. What can I do for you?
Oh, I just thought I'd pop in, see everything was going according to schedule. You know, the relaxation tables.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have a look. Thought I might as well crack on when I got a bit of spare time.
What's that?
Well, it'll be the base. I'll have to subdivide it and then...
Where's the rest?
How do you mean?
It should be all padded out. And there should be a motor. Look!
Gotta get the basics done first, Arthur. Framework.
But it's being picked up tomorrow with another of the same.
Right. Anyhow, I reckon I've sussed out the best way of fitting the gearing system.
Axel, I think you're beginning to mistake rising panic with leg pulling.
You are?
6 a.m. Pete's Vehicular Services will be here to spirit 2 relaxation tables and a tub full of grease to the Stress Management Centre.
Next month, Arthur. 16th of July.
16th of June, Axel, tomorrow. I remember telling you.
No, you said July, Arthur. I remember. I heard you clear as a bell.
Oh, God. I've given guarantees. Signed bits of paper.
Keep calm, Arthur.
Ray, calm is something you do not have when you've got a financial disaster hanging over your head. And I'd like to point out, I've already forked out considerable sums of cash to fund this operation. We won't see a penny of that back unless we complete the job on time.
Well, you could try one of the main suppliers.
Pay the book price? Who's cracking up now? It was precisely because I knew I had an alternative source of equipment that I was able to tender so low.
Here.
What's that?
That's from Nobby. He can't get hold of the VCRs for Chico until tomorrow morning.
Oh, my God.
That's all right. We got one of Pete's boys to pick them up, drop them off first thing. Chico ain't going to get upset because they're 12 hours late, is he?
He's already upset. He sent one of his polo team round to say so.
All right, we're still sunning out.
Right, you don't know Chico. His recent return to South America was not because he was missing the alfalfa. That man has been concerned in some very unpleasant deals.
Yeah, like what?
Never you mind. Suffice it to say, he hasn't touched a scrap of corned beef since Shergar disappeared. It never rains, does it? Just when you think you sent victory.
Look, Arthur, on it round. Explain that we're being let down.
You better. Those videos were by way of remuneration, and I do not want Chico to think I'm reneging. I'll check with Gunter about the exercise bicycles. We cannot afford any more cock-ups.
Late's late.
First thing tomorrow.
First thing next century. What's the difference? I needed them today.
We've been let down, Chico.
Cash, then.
We're a bit stretched at the moment. We just had to put a lot up front for a new job.
You don't say. Listen, Arthur pays me in videos, Arthur pays me in cash, Arthur pays me in gold. I don't care. But Arthur pays me, and he pays me on time.
You'll have them before breakfast. Guaranteed. Look, if anything was dodgy, I wouldn't have bothered getting in touch with you.
It's no way to end up, is it, Ray? Morris.
I thought they were collector's items.
Not the car, Ray. That's a Ford.
Large VAT, Dave, and the executive lunch.
That'll be £3 for cash, Arthur.
Don't be silly, Dave. Put it on the tab.
What if you couldn't pay? What if something happened to you?
Like what?
I don't know. Usual things. Like a plague of locusts or turn it into a pillar of salt, you know, that sort of stuff.
Dave, what is all this about?
That motor, Arthur. The one you sold to the nun.
Ray's been in. That boy has no sense of urgency.
Oh, I know business is business, Arthur, but you've got to realise...
Look, she came in of her own free will and drove off in the car of her dreams.
I know that, Arthur. But the fact remains that motor was priced well over the odds. I mean, you know that, Ray knows that, and he knows that.
Dave, if you and Raymond had a long history of ecumenical involvement, I could understand this behaviour. But as it is, I find your sudden desire to fight the good fight rather baffling.
I have also served, Arthur.
You what?
Don't you remember I was the altar boy at St Saviour's? Benedictus, Benedicat.
As I remember, you lasted 2 years and were slung out for peddling seditious literature behind a vestry.
Yeah, but it stays with you, Arthur. I knows what I'm talking about. It's divine retribution.
I have done nothing wrong. And I think you'll find celestial retaliation went out with the Inquisition. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm running to a very tight schedule.
Oh, please yourself, Arthur. I mean, you might be lucky. As long as that motor keeps going.
I'm sorry to rush you, Smiler, but unless everything's bolted down by 6 tomorrow, they won't pay.
Fair dues, Arthur.
It came to me out of the blue. That Christmas party a few years back, Charlie Andrews and then Gasper's missus were,
Wholly inappropriate, Arthur.
Oh, I quite agree, Smiler, I quite agree. The thing is, have you still got them?
Not the same ones, Arthur, but I have got the replacements for the ones I replaced them with. So I upgrade my stock every couple of years, Arthur.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought you had to, Smiler. I mean, it's not as if your customers are going to up and complain, is it?
Pride, Arthur. When I send somebody off, they get the best. I tell you what, the facilities I got out back, I've stayed in worse hotels. What do you reckon?
Are they adjustable?
Plug them straight into the mains. They don't move that fast. I never had much need.
I think they'll do very nicely, Smiler. I'll get Ray to fit turbos where necessary. Now, how much did we say? I can't tell you what a jam you got me out of, Smiler.
You'll pick them up first thing.
It's all arranged.
Right. See you soon, Arthur.
What's he winking for? Oh, no. I don't believe it. Taxi! What's up? Don't I look like a tip? completely unprovoked.
Where's the car?
Slight territorial contretemps with the law. You'll have to sort it out. Everything all right here?
Well, it depends on what you're used to. Chico's giving us till tomorrow morning. If not, it's one of us in the crusher.
All right, you have done well.
Yeah, and Bjorn's called to say he needs them exercise bikes in by 2 at the latest. He's got some sort of press call.
But aren't we under enough pressure as it is?
Well, what about the tables?
Oh, Smiler can oblige with those, but they will need some work done after they've been delivered.
Look, Arthur, you don't think we're bitten off more than we can chew, do you?
Please, Ray. Nobody likes a doubting Thomas. In your own time, Ray.
I must have left it on a latch. Here, Arthur, you got your keys. Mine are inside.
Ray, it is matters of ill planning like this that can cause untold damage to hitherto smooth-running operations. Here you are.
Sorry.
Come on, let me try. Smash the window.
Are you sure, Arthur?
Well, we can hardly conduct a highly sophisticated production and delivery operation from out here, can we?
Well, they don't come cheap, these windows.
Smash the window, Ray. I don't believe it. The day is going swimmingly. Then suddenly, out of the blue, for no reason whatsoever, things start to go wrong. Oh, do you know anything about these?
Nah, not those, mate. We say you must first catch the bear before you can skin him, Mr. Daly.
Really? Always thought of you as a nation of animal lovers, Bjorn.
It is as well you're early.
Well, no point in leaving everything to a mad dash at the end of the day, is there?
The aqua massages.
Excellent. How are they? Up to scratch?
See for yourself.
Cheers, mate. All right. There you go.
What are they?
Well, I don't know what you call them. I'd say they was bikes.
Mr. Jurgensen will already be on his plane, Mr. Daly. And as yet there are 2 holes awaiting him. And a full page.
Yeah, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation, Bjorn.
Mr. Jurgensen lists as the 3 things he most expects of his employees. Success, success, and success. This hardly falls into any of those categories.
Yeah, excuse me a moment. My deputy and me are in constant touch. Hello, Ray? No, madam. Wrong number. I won't be a minute. What is the matter with you? Good morning. Ray, thank God. I keep getting her indoors. I am using it properly. It's kaput. Now, where is everything? Bjorn is going positively evangelical.
I don't know. You saw Dipso last. Yeah, Arthur, that ain't the half of it. Gunter's bikes. Yeah, well, they're here, but... well, it ain't quite right.
What do you mean, not right? Yeah, look, I'll come over. Unlucky is not the word, Ray. Ray! What is going wrong?
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm perfectly all right. It's just the phone that wants a kicking.
Let me guess. Black Monday?
Pardon?
You get up in the morning, all the world's your oyster, then crash! You're not worth the time of day. You take comfort in drink, recreational drugs, casual, sexual affairs, anything to deaden the pain, to release you from that abject feeling of failure and self-loathing.
I'll fit in the jacuzzis.
Of course you are.
I'm second door on the left, top of the stairs.
Gunter, I specifically asked for exercise bicycles. What do you mean you ride them and they give you exercise? Now, look, forget it. I'll sort something out.
This job's jinxed, Arthur.
Don't be ridiculous. You cannot expect to bring off a business coup of this magnitude without the odd itch. You'll just have to customise them.
Eh?
All the deals we've done, and he has to leave it to the 11th hour.
Who the hell are you?
Mr. Santos asked me to call.
You ever heard of knocking?
Mr. Santos was expecting a delivery this morning.
And?
No sign when I left.
Well, it's all in there, and Arthur saw him loaded.
Mr. Santos thought you might appreciate a reminder in case it had slipped your mind.
If you're trying to put the frighteners on us, you better say so. Then we all know where we stand, don't we? And you can tell Chico he'll get his videos. If there's any delay, it'll be the traffic. In the meantime, he's not the only bloke we do business with. And we're a bit too busy at the moment to get involved in all this macho crap. You got me?
Mr. Santos does not like his time wasted.
Yeah, nor do I. Shut the door on your way out. Those videos should have been there hours ago.
Yeah, I'll see Pete. You cope with the bicycles.
How?
Well, use your imagination. Splash a bit of bright paint on them. Stick one of those Speedo things on the handlebars that I got from Larry.
They're altimeters, Arthur.
Well, not anymore, they're not.
You should have called, Arthur. Save yourself a trip out.
I'm having one or two telecommunication blips at the moment, Pete.
Well, you fancy a drop? Well, steady your nerves.
No. My nerves are all right. I just want to know where 2 jacuzzis and 53 video recorders have disappeared to.
Oh, that's easy. Like I said, Arthur. Should have saved yourself a trip. In transit.
Still? Look, have I made myself perfectly clear, Pete? I am working on an extremely tight schedule. And in Chico's case, a short list of 1 to make the inside of a tin of frayed Bentos.
Well, I can't tell you exactly where the gear is, Arthur. It's definitely on the way. It's somewhere between its pick-up point and its destination.
Problem solved.
Oh, Arthur, once they're out on the road...
Spare me the details. Just sort it out.
Everything all right?
Oh, a couple of transportation blips, that's all.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Raycord. Them jacuzzis, they have just been delivered back to Freddie's gym. Now, he wants them shifted. Apparently, they are confusing people. He's already caught a bloke trying to deadlift one over his head.
What have I done to deserve this?
Afternoon.
My God, is it? Yeah, what are you doing here? I want them bicycles finished.
It's all right, they're done. Pete sent a van round to pick them up. I tried to call you.
No, I'll switch it off, Ray. It was upsetting my digestion.
Here, Arthur, there's something you should know before you go in there. You know how sometimes people joke about those days when nothing goes right?
You all seen him?
Yeah.
How was he?
Fine, he was more concerned about the relaxation tables.
It's formaldehyde. Preserves the body.
Can't you get rid of it?
Oh, we tried, Arthur, but it's ingrained. You've got to realise these tables have seen a lot of action.
Spare me the details.
Yeah, that's not all, Arthur. These motors are knackered. You try and tweak them up and they overheat.
That's good news going out of fashion.
Well, we could try flinging something on top, Arthur. Mask, the pickling gear.
Whatever it takes, Smiler.
I'll tell you, Arthur, we're cursed.
Look, it's beliefs like that had our forefathers slinging anyone with a squint on the bonfire. Now, get on to Dipso, tell him I want those videos round at Chico's within the hour. Otherwise, the next slammer he experiences will not be the alcoholic variety. I'll get Dave to sort out the motors.
Dave?
Well, what he can't do with a drop of DW40 and a posi drive.
Yeah, but you sure he'll turn out, Arthur?
What do you mean?
Well, I gather that he thought that being near you right now was like standing under a tree in an electrical storm.
I have already broached the question of Dave's ridiculous superstitions with him. Don't add fuel to the fire.
Ray Daly? Pete, just a minute. You what? Yeah, I'll let him know. Well, the jacuzzi's around at Chico's. He's refusing to let him go until he gets his videos.
Don't mind me, I've got all day. I believe.
Here, Arthur, what's up?
I've had an experience. The road to Neasden. Wallop.
Yeah, You look terrible. Come on, here, sit down.
No time, Ray. I've seen the light. We must press on.
No, it's all right. I've done them all.
No, not that. The nun's car. That's the only way we're going to pull this off.
What are you talking about?
I want you to go over to the monastery or wherever she lives and tell her you are going to give her motor the daily in-service once-over.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Check it out. Every nut, bolt, screw, engine, interior, whatever needs fixing, fix it. Wax it, polish it, full tank of petrol, get back here as soon as you can.
Yeah, but Arthur, it's not a new car. There are bound to be things that I can't
I don't care, Ray. Whatever it needs, do it. By the time you're finished, I want that motor immaculate. It's our only hope.
Sister Angelica's had to pop out for a while. She asked me to make sure you're well looked after.
Great.
Is anything wrong?
No.
Do you need anything?
No, thanks, sir. Got it all under control.
Do you mind if I watch?
No, sure. Sister...
Virginia.
Virginia.
Well, Arthur, you are putting the record straight.
Ray is there now. Checking that if we did inadvertently sell at a slightly inflated price, the motor is guaranteed trouble-free for the rest of its natural.
It's the right thing to do, Arthur.
Yeah, well, meanwhile, the clock's still ticking. We've got one or two of our own problems to sort out.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Now, where are these tables?
Down that corridor, turn left, follow the smell of South Derrings.
Could you pass us a screwdriver, please?
Cross or slot?
Hey?
Phillips or ordinary? If it's the alternator loop, you want the small crosshead, won't you? The alternator's damaged, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
Sorry, shouldn't interfere. But when there are obvious things...
Obvious?
Well, the thermostat housing's cracked, the solenoid needs replacing, and I think the front suspension needs looking at.
You sure?
I'm not absolutely certain about the suspension. It's an educated guess.
Chico? Oh, nice. I was just on my way round.
You have your passport in the glove compartment?
I am not a runner, Chico. I know there's been further delay, but I personally saw the videos loaded on at the site of my other business.
So where are they?
In Transit.
Your boy gave me guarantees.
In the supreme belief that our carrier would not let us down.
I want the videos, Arthur. I want them now.
Trust me, Chico. They're on their way. I counted them out.
Very well.
That is very public-spirited of you, Chico. It puts that whole business of Sir Alf Ramsey and ratting into perspective.
I want 1,000 compensation for the day so far, plus 500 for storing your jacuzzis. You can arrange for them to be picked up whenever you want.
1,500?
Fidel is all for physical penalties. Arm twisting, leg breaking.
Yeah, I know the sort of thing.
But I'm sure we'd both much rather avoid that.
Wherever possible.
1,500 then. No checks or credit cards.
Thank God, the bicycles. Yeah, I was about to send out a search party.
I got held up. Dad says I got to tell you, you've had a call at the office. Someone trying to get in touch. It was a woman. I forget her name.
Yeah, personal matters. It'll have to wait till this job is cracked. Ooh, Didn't you check?
Eric packed it.
Yeah, one of his lighter loads.
I mean, it wasn't my delivery. I picked it up from the depot last minute. Eric wasn't too well. He'd had a dodgy donor.
Now remind me to send him a card.
What shall I do?
Get back in your cab, depress your right foot, and don't relax it till you see my lockup. I want those bicycles back here within the hour. Go!
Mr. Daly, what is happening?
Bjorn, I'm glad I caught you.
Everything is in chaos. Mr. Jurgensen will soon be touching down. Nothing is ready.
Everything is gelling together very nicely.
There's no evidence of it.
Bjorn, when you've been in a stress game, as long as I have, you come to realise it's the result that matters, not how you look in the dressing room half an hour before kick-off. I mean, I accept we've had one or two hold-ups, but we're back on course now.
There are barely 4 hours left.
That is time aplenty. However, I appreciate the necessarily frantic nature of the day has taken its toll, and I thought you'd appreciate a little gesture of support from Daily Enterprises.
Please, I'm not sure.
But, Bjorn, you'll make yourself ill. Look. Why don't you bung on a bit of ABBA, stick your feet up on the sofa, and have a little sleep? Daily Limousines have arranged to pick El Supremo up from the airport and spirit him here in some luxury as a gesture of goodwill.
It is a wasteful man who defrosts the snowplow. He will travel by taxi.
No, most unreliable, Bjorn. And we do want him here on time. Besides, taxi versus a limo? I won't hear another word. Smorgasbord.
Arthur, I need a word. There's more things wrong with that car than you realised.
Whatever it takes, Ray.
No, it's long-term stuff. You need to be an expert to spot half of it. Look, Arthur, no one's going to blame you if you...
Everything, Ray. There is no way forward till that Nummobile is A1. Now, do your best. I know it can't be much fun over there, but I'm counting on you. Oh, look, can't I leave it alone for 5 minutes?
Having a test run, Arthur.
We solved the problem, Arthur, but it's going to take a while to sort them both out.
Oh, marvellous. The American end is about to nip through the Green Channel, short trip up the motorway, and Daily Enterprises can kiss goodbye to a lucrative few years in the breakdown business.
I know, that reminds me, Arthur. Pete called to say that Clive had run into 1 or 2 fuel-related problems on his way back with the jacuzzis.
That's it. Look, Dave, I thought gentrifying that motor was supposed to make things better, not create more mayhem. I need professional guidance.
Hello, are you there?
Ready when you are.
Sorry?
I'm ready. Fire away.
Please try not to be nervous.
I'm sorry, but it's been a while.
Ah, very well. Now, how long is it since your last confession?
Oh, must be about a year ago. I admitted to Ray that I'd forgotten to shut the lock up once when we got burgled. He was beginning to feel guilty. I couldn't get any work out of him.
No, I mean your last confession here.
Oh, I've never been here before.
Well, your own church, then?
No, they don't do it where I go. Well, at least they didn't in 1946. Well, then again, I might have missed it. You know what it's like when you get married.
No.
The fact is, I am not actually a left-footer. I'm not nothing at all. My dad was Disestablishment Church of North London, but they packed it in.
Well, could you tell me why you are here?
I've done something wrong, and I want to know what I should do.
Very well.
I sold a car to a nun, and the value of said vehicle was not concomitant with the price she paid.
She got a bad deal.
Oh, no. No. The scales were slightly in my favour. And since we'd done the deal, my share of luck has fallen faster than a pound.
Look, I don't quite understand.
I'm doing my best. My boy's with her now, with the motor. Customising it, tweaking the little faults it might have.
The car in question is a black Austin Allegro, is it not?
Oh, it's true. He is all-seeing.
Sister Angelica gave me a lift to Mass. She seemed very pleased with the vehicle. But I did have my suspicions when she told me how much she'd paid.
I wish I'd never sold it to her. I've learnt my lesson, I can tell you. No longer will I leg it across the road when I see that bloke with the sandwich boards and the close-set eyes coming towards me. I will give him a fair hearing.
Oh, please, look. You're sorry for what you've done and you're trying to make amends. Nobody can expect any more. I'm sure when your assistant has finished, Sister Angelica will have a car of which she can be proud. Please put your mind at rest.
You mean I'm forgiven?
Yes.
Oh, Your Honour, I can't tell you what a relief that is.
I'm glad I could help. Go in peace.
Yeah, well, look, I'm a bit pushed for time, but while I'm here, there are a couple of other things.
Fair enough. I know what's required, Arthur. I won't let you down.
For Christ's sake, what is this? The road to Never Never Land?
M25. It's famous for it. It's a big tourist attraction, like Buckingham Palace.
What speed are you doing?
29 and a half.
Jeez.
I could slow down if you feel sick.
Mr. Daly, I need to check progress.
You'll be the first to know.
I have to make deletions.
Of course you do.
Your men will not let me into any of the therapy areas.
Regulations, health, safety, security. They've arrived.
Oh, yeah.
But plus the tables are up and running. We're almost there.
Wow.
What's the matter?
You did tell the truth.
How dare you?
Only we're still having troubles.
What's wrong with them?
That is hardly going to pummel away a week's worries.
What about the other one?
I think you need to do something about the valve, Arthur, what controls the flow.
Dave, I hope what I'm witnessing here is a divine time lag between repentance and the calling off of hostilities.
Do you want them all going on the same building?
Yeah, why not?
Mr. Daly, you're finished.
One way or another, yeah.
Sister Virginia says you've been extraordinarily conscientious.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I couldn't have done it without her.
I'm going to take it for a little drive right now.
Do you want to come in for a coffee?
Mr. Daly, I want an explanation. The bicycles.
I told you they'll be here on time.
They're not exercise bicycles.
Look, you go and pedal one for half an hour. Hey, you don't know what the traffic's like on the North Circular, do you?
They're not as I highlighted on the brochure.
You are thinking of the earlier model.
Mr. Daly, I have just now ordered the correct bicycles.
They will cost you an arm and a leg.
The amount will come off your fee, Mr. Daly. I have had enough of this behavior. You are driving me mad. Mr. Daly.
Ah, Dr. Jarvis. I think you're concentrating on the wrong man. Might I suggest you turn your attention to the Scandinavian gentleman? Unless I am very much mistaken, he is teetering on the brink.
You should be wearing a dust mask, really, Dave. I remember this bloke...
Look, Freddie, we've got 15 minutes at the outside. Would you please try and be constructive?
Health and safety, Arthur. You can't cut corners there.
My list needs attention.
Sneaking in through French windows is not the behaviour of a professional person. Now, sling your hook. Go on, out it.
I must know how near we are.
Arthur.
Have you fixed it?
Like new. Sister Angelica thinks it's a different car. Well, it is practically.
In the nick of time. I've been stitched up. I'll blame you, Dave. Ray has done everything necessary. And the jacuzzis are still up the spout, and Jorgens will be here any minute. Never, never, ever again will I enter into a commercial transaction with a religious fraternity. It cleared itself.
Must have been something you said, Arthur.
Thank heaven for that.
That has got to be the crummiest, most two-bit, godforsaken experience in my entire motoring life.
You can't live in this country without getting screwed up. It's impossible. Of course. We should have opened up 2 of the goddamn centers. What's that smell?
Ah, Mr. Jorgensen. Pleasure to welcome you to our sceptred isle.
Mr. Jurgensen was wondering about the smell.
Oh, I'm delighted you noticed it. The beds are, in fact, impregnated with Daly's aromatherapy oil. We're still waiting for the patent.
Nice idea. Yeah, it's good to have you aboard, Daly. I was beginning to wonder how a country like this ever got it together to run an empire.
Oh, we do have our moments.
There is a problem with the aqua massage pools, Mr. Jurgensen.
Oh? What's the problem? Looks all right to me.
Was a problem, wasn't there, Mr. Daly?
Bjorn, we have a saying in England. Once the pigeon has flown overhead, the danger has passed.
I hope you're getting some of this.
I couldn't hold out any
longer. I understand, Bert. You did a good job. Off you go.
Nice work, Mr. Daly.
Oh, thank you.
What happened to the bikes?
They're on their way.
Well, the ones I selected, Bjorn didn't like, so he sent them back.
You did what?
They were road bicycles.
Indeed they were. Customised by my boys, so you get the outdoor feeling even when you're indoors.
I like that concept.
Oh, well, a good employee is an innovative one.
But I couldn't agree more. So where the hell are the replacements?
The delivery company let me down.
They were all right by me, Bjorn. I'd never have recommended them otherwise. Well, Mr. Jorgensen, you have my number. We'll be on our way. Come on, Ray, just wait. Man's a bag of nerves. He should get a grip. Still, this place takes off. Rich pickings for us. And hopefully they'll cop up front next time. The Winchester, Ray. I need serious therapy.
You will when you've seen this. It's for all the work I did on the car.
I said mend it, not buy a new one. How much we got left out of the fee?
Well, that's less Chico's commission.
No, you got the decimal point in the wrong place.
I'm sorry, Arthur.
This has cost me a fortune.
But the point is, Arthur, what you did was right.
True. And if I omitted to notice 1 or 2 small defects because my mind was on other things, they have now been fixed to the satisfaction of all concerned. And I mean all. We can now go about our normal business without the constant fear of aggravation. Don't think that clutch needs adjusting, do you?
Shifty Sands be interested in this stuff?
He does a line in themed cafes, decks them out in different eras. He'll gobble this lot up. Early cinema, Art Deco, all that.
Why, and they make money?
Well, you know what your average tourist is like. They like a bit of atmosphere with their tea and digestives.
Have you seen the price of some of this gear?
You've seen Bernie's profit margins. 1 catering-sized box of tea bags, dipped in hot water and dangled in front of a family of 4 coming out of the Tower of London. And it's hello Marbella for the winter.
Yeah, look at these old tip-up seats. They'd be good for him. Very space-saving.
Well spotted. Make a note of the numbers.
Right.
Oh, my good God, what is that?
That's a waxwork.
Oh, gave me quite a turn. What's that made of?
Oh, yeah. Commissioned in 1983 to celebrate Britain's achievements at the American Academy Awards. Yeah, this is Charlton Heston as Gordon a cartoon.
I saw that film. That's nothing like Chuck.
Well, there's a load more in the basement. Figures from Chariots of Fire, Blue Away...
Make a note of their numbers.
What on earth for?
The franc fell a further 2 points against the mark before rallying half a point against the dollar by close of trading. Though traders expect the franc to remain...
Here, Arthur! Marilyn's foot just fell off.
Shush. City sources warned that further instabilities could only spell long-term gloom for European Union.
I don't like it, Ray.
What?
I'm worried about the exchange rate mechanism.
Oh, yeah?
See, our French cousins always underestimate the perfidy of the Bundesbank. As soon as the market goes bullish, they stick their berries in the sand. It's the same with the Maginot Line.
Where do you want me to stick Elvis?
That's never Elvis.
That's what it says on the ticket.
I thought it was Engelbert. I'll bung him over there with the bird baths.
Rightio.
It's very worrying. You see, the old fabric is in danger of unravelling. I'm seriously beginning to wonder whether my thrust into Europe was a bit precipitous.
It's your thrust into waxworks that worries me.
Have no fear, Ray. When Bernie sees this lot, he'll go bomb. Now, be reasonable, Bernie. These are handcrafted waxworks. They're practically antiques.
It can't be done.
Your punters would lap it up. Tea with the stars, you could call it.
Arthur, listen to me. Watch my lips moving. I am broke. I've gone belly up. I'm packing up my gear because the bank has foreclosed. I'm finished. Kaput. Finito.
Yeah, but I forked out.
Well, I'm sorry, but the cupboard is bare.
Do you mean you're destitute?
Nicely put, Arthur.
Oh, bad luck. I'm sorry about that, Shifty.
Practically begged me to take that loan. Very generous, it seemed, till the bottom fell out of catering.
You have the ERM to thank for that.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, the market is in turmoil. It's all these financial speculators. They're running around the stock exchange with carrier bags full of foreign currencies. Somebody shouts the pesetas up, and before you know where you are, that is 500 quid on the price of an Uno. And what can you do?
Why would that affect me?
It is always the little man who pays, isn't it? You are a victim of Europe's fiscal failure.
Well, I'll write to my MP now, if you'll excuse me.
I wish I could do something to help, Shifty.
Now you mention it...
Yeah, hold on. No, things are bad all round.
No, I'm not looking for a bung, no. You could do yourself a bit of good.
How's that?
Take a look around you. What do you see? Businessmen from the four corners of the globe, all on expenses with money to burn. I've shelled out my stand for a week. Now, if some far-sighted entrepreneur was to make me an offer on the unexpired lease, he could clean up.
How much?
Let's concentrate, kids. We're going again.
And remember, when they ask you, who put the do in do-wah?
Do-wah, do-wah, do-wah.
It's Doer's coffee, every time.
Wah, 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 do-dee-do-wah.
Are we keeping you girls up? The wop-wops are pathetic. Okay, lunch. 10 minutes.
I've been in the business 14 years. That man hasn't a clue.
Hi, Ray.
Hiya.
Hi, Ray. Taking us to lunch too? Excuse my friends. They don't get out much.
No, that's all right. Hello, girls.
Hi. Down patch. You're having lunch with me. Solo. Come on.
Please wear your pass at all times and remember to make yourself known to security.
Yes, miss. Nice little setup you got here. Your boss works you very hard, does he?
Follow me.
Certainly, miss. Poor old Shifty. Most unfortunate. The luck of the draw, really. Or the overdraw, in his case. Oh, just a minute. There seems to be a misunderstanding. This is the one I was supposed to inherit.
You've been recited. This way, please. Here you are.
Hey? Hey, hold on a minute. I took over in all good faith from Mr. Sands and the understanding that I would get his prime site.
The contract's quite clear. The management reserve the right to relocate. We regret any inconvenience.
Your director's a bit of a dictator, ain't he?
He wouldn't recognise good singing if it bit him. He's got about as much sense of rhythm as a washing machine, with no brick.
Yeah, it's tough at the top.
Don't take the mick. I do this to pay the bills.
Yeah, and I bet your mum loves it when she hears you on the radio.
You should come and hear me at the club, with a full band behind me.
Yeah, do what there, do you?
Smart, Alec. It's proper music. Jazz.
What, like Kenny Ball?
Not trad. Soulful stuff.
Like who?
Well, not like anybody. Like me. You should come and hear for yourself. I'll get you some free tickets. Judging by this lunch, you're in need of a freebie.
You what?
Okay, boys and girls, back on your heads. Let's give the donkey another flop.
So do you want to come?
Yeah, all right. I'll give you a bell.
We all know how important it is to make a good first impression, and we at Chester Holbein tailor the evenings to suit your needs. We have relationships with all the major sporting organisations and preferred arrangements with the best restaurants, theatres, night spots and casinos in the West End.
Excuse me?
In fact, our casino evening is probably one of our most popular.
Excuse me?
Yes, how may I help you?
Arthur Daly, Daly Car Leasing, stand 312. I've been listening to your patter, very cogent. Now look, let's say I've got my party of 4. They've got outside the prawn cocktail, steak and 2 veg, pudding of choice. They've taken in the floor show. I've lashed them with complimentary bubbly. We're down at the casino. What's the damage?
Well, we have a sliding scale for various events.
No, cut the flannel. Car, nosebag, casino. How much?
Well, for what you're talking about, I would say you're looking at our medium band evening.
Come on, we're busy men. What's the figure?
Well, off the top of my head, I would say 700 should cover it.
And how do you invoice?
Each service is separately receipted.
It's all yours. Oi! You, out of this space now. You saw exactly what I was trying to do. This space is for the lady. Now shift it. Here, do you know how many stands there are in this place? I've been looking all over for you.
Look down there.
Where?
Geezer in the blazer. One who looks like a little sumo wrestler.
Yeah, what about him?
Do you know what corporate entertainment is?
That's freebies at sporting events, ain't it?
As far as I can gather, you get a load of punters together, feed and water them, and then ship them out to the West End. That's his racket.
So?
What do you reckon he charges for that little service?
Hit me.
700 smackers. Minimum.
Yeah, what's this?
The Ute Veg.
Oh, yeah, what's it for?
Well, it's for shredding. Never mind about that. Don't worry about the Ute Veg. We are standing not 20 yards away from a geezer who takes punters for 20 quid meals at 7 ton a throw. You imagine 5 bookings a week? Do you know what that comes to?
3,500.
It was a rhetorical question.
Where are we going now?
You're going to look after the stand. I've got to go out.
Hello, Kenny.
What have you got for me tonight, Reggie boy?
A group from Argentina, beef import, down to see Phantom at the Opera and then supper at the Savoy. They have all the major credit cards.
RG's. Make sure they see the Baccarat table. RG's love Baccarat.
I also have a serious bite from a Malawi trade bunch.
Emergent nations, dice, love it.
No, Arthur.
Why not?
I saw this coming. I was waiting for it. The answer is no.
Dave, allow me 1 second to explain the nub of my proposal. Thank you. Now, your average punter comes in here, buys a drink, sits down at a table. What has he got to distract him? A fruit machine. He's left his newspaper at the office, he's read all the beer mats, and then suddenly he sees a sign. Winchester Waxworks. This way. Hello, he says. That looks interesting. I think I'll have a butcher's at that.
No way.
Why not?
Because I do not like him.
That is the Duke of Wellington you're slagging. Look at him.
No.
Look at that fine military bearing.
It's spooky.
I do believe you've got the wind up.
I am thinking of our customers.
If it distresses you...
I am not windy. I am just not having it, that's all.
It's all right, Dave, it's all right. We all have our dark corners.
Hey, where are you going?
Back to the exhibition.
You can't leave him there.
Ray will pick him up later. Whereas Mr. Evans' clients are getting wet and cold trying to flag down a minicab outside Euston Station. So who gets the contract? But joking apart, gents, we all know how important it is to make a good impression. With WEC, that is guaranteed. And what is more, we tailor the occasion to suit your needs. I remember my father saying to me, son, never put your hand in a lighted fire.
I want a word with you.
Oh, Mr. Hargreaves.
Now.
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen. One of my oldest clients. Do help yourself to the dry roasted and Raymond will recharge your glasses. Look, could you leave it for a minute? I think I've got a nibble.
What the hell do you think you're playing at? You were in car leasing yesterday.
I have a wide portfolio of companies.
You're trying to steal my business. You're even using my patter.
Oh, I think you'll find the English language is available for general use.
Nobody puts it over on me.
Look, you're blocking my access. Now, will you move along or shall I go and call security?
I think you should worry about your own security, Mr. Daly.
Do you want me to call security?
All right, go on.
I will.
Morning, Princess. How's the zoo?
The zoo's becoming very interesting. There's a funny little man who's decided to tread on Hargreaves' toes. Look.
I'll go and sort him out.
No, wait. I want to see who comes out on top.
What are you doing here?
Can't find the rear window eater, Ray. I'm all misted up out there.
Well, it's underneath the fogs. Now just go back and stay with the car.
I just want to look professional. I'm not used to Jags.
I'm Robinson from Jessamine and Clark.
Ray Daly, Wilson Entertainment. So I hope you had a pleasant journey, gentlemen.
There was no buffet on the train.
Oh, dear. Sorry about that. Well, I'm sure you can have a lovely pre-show dinner before the theatre. So, if you'd like to follow me, the car's this way. Apart from the buffet, was everything sort of right? Yeah.
What you got?
What do you want, Gav? Stalls, dress circle or gallery?
How much are stalls?
30 quid.
How much is the gallery?
15.
Do me 4 gallery. Good evening. You speak English? Yes. Are you interested in tickets? Right up the top. No, right up. Yes. Right. I hope you enjoy the show. Give us 4 dress. Good evening. You looking for tickets? You look at the balcony, very comfortable, not too high, not too low. Do me 4 stalls. What do you say stalls cost?
30.
Gallery?
15.
So I bought 4 gallery from you at 15. So if I give you another 4 15s, which is 60, that's the difference between stalls and gallery. We're straight, right?
Hold on.
You're right. I also had some dress. Let's make an even 50, shall we?
Wait a minute.
Oh, come on. I don't want to miss the overture.
Something funny going on here.
Bandits at 6 o'clock. Old Bill at Casual.
You got a ticket?
Of course. Stalls. This way, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the show.
Oh, I think it's going to rain. Where's the wipers?
Thanks. Gentlemen, how'd it go?
Well, I don't think they enjoyed it.
Well, they chose the show. Tell them to take it up with Anthony Lloyd Webber.
Yeah, but they weren't very happy with their seats. One of them's done his neck in.
This way, gentlemen. Glad to hear you enjoyed the show. Get my hat and coat, will you?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Party of 5.
Member's name, please?
Member? Wheels bound to come off the wagon from time to time. How was I to know it was members only? It wasn't in my day.
It's called planning, Arthur. Here, did you get them back to the hotel all right?
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay.
The manager couldn't find the funeral march. Play them up to their rooms.
Outrageous behaviour. There you go. Sign that. Demanding a refund.
Well, you didn't give it to him, did you?
I certainly did not. I mean, as it was, I didn't make a penny. What with them quibbling over every item? Say nothing of the cab charges.
Yeah, well, it's all over now.
Yeah, but it's hardly a British spirit, is it? They wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes in the Blitz. I'm sorry, the seats in this Anderson shelter are not up to scratch. You got anything nearer the ack-ack? What was that they called me?
Cheapskate.
No, the other word.
What, conman?
No, it's a longer one.
Charlatan.
That's the one. There's a very ungenerous spirit prevalent among the young British entrepreneurs. It's a European malaise. It's infectious. Malcontented moaners to a man. Jack Cornwall. You didn't moan when you stood on the burning deck, did you, son? You didn't get Nelson whinging at Waterloo? Florrie Nightingale? Not a peep out of her on the leopard colony in Scutari. These are the kind of British who made Britain great. Yeah, what's Charles Autry doing here?
Right, that's a lot. I still don't see how these are going to help, Arthur.
Well, it's not the waxworks as themselves, Ray. It's what they represent. It came to me in a flash. With a little rejigging, they could stand for everything England has to offer in corporate entertainment.
Well, give me a for instance.
Lord Nelson, he's your heritage. Dick Whittington, pageantry, Lord Mayor's show, all that.
Yeah, what about Marilyn then?
That's Danny LaRue.
What, representing dressing up as a woman?
Cabaret.
All right, so you got your heritage, your pageantry, your cabaret. What's Gordon a cartoon represent?
Sport.
Sport?
Yeah. Pull the spear out, stick it in his hand, whack a dicky bow on him. Dead ringer for Cliff Thorburn, snooker, at which we are world champions.
Yeah, Cliff Thorburns Canadian.
So you reckon your freak show landed you the contract, eh?
My tapestry of England brought them flocking, Dave. What I say I wanted? Global trade. What have I got? 4 foreign fellas with wallets you could stop a door with.
Let's hope it goes better than the other night, eh?
Marion.
Ticket for tonight, as promised.
Oh, right, yeah, thanks.
Oh, well, I was in the neighbourhood and I thought I'd buy you lunch.
Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Stay for a drink?
No, honestly. No, it doesn't matter, honestly. I just had to pop in the ticket anyway.
Well, look, I'll try and see if I can make it.
Excuse me, my dear. Did I hear you mention tickets? You couldn't lay your hands on half a dozen spares, could you? I'm very keen on your kind of music.
Do what, you mean? Yeah, no problem. I'll leave them at the front.
Thank you.
See you later.
See ya.
What a nice girl.
Very nice.
Good pianist.
Like Russ Conway in his heyday.
When you rouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed to me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful voice.
You could be on a winner here. They talked about Hampton Court and a visit to Windsor. I play my cards right. We could be rolling in drachmas come the end of the week. Excuse me.
Your friend is very good. No fog in her voice.
Very big on the radio, you know.
Really? You like jazz?
Yeah, I could get into it.
An attractive mentor.
I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft.
Here, Arthur, who is that woman?
Vanessa Wilkes-Gray. She introduced us to Mr. Hussein. I told you about her.
She's the organiser. Name like that, I was expecting twin-set and jobbers.
What can I get you?
Yeah, get us a beer, please, mate. It's terrible parking round here, isn't it? Yeah, you're by way of being my benefactor. I'm Ray Daly, Wilsden Entertainments. Apparently we have you to thank for our new clients. Well, I just thought I'd come over and say thanks. So, thanks.
It's $2.50.
Right. Yeah, I think you're over-icing your cocktails, mate. Yeah. This lady's below freezing point.
I don't need men to fight my battles for me. I fight my own.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. Look, I just came over to say thanks for the favour.
I don't do favours.
So how come we got the new clients?
Let's just say I wanted to see how you'd measure up.
Well, in that case, I'll do my best.
Your girlfriend has a good voice.
She's not my girlfriend. She's a friend who happens to be a girl.
How very modern of you. Mr. Hussein will want to gamble later. This is the casino to bring him to. You'll be expected.
And will you be there?
Your friend, who happens to be a girl, is looking for you.
Thanks very much.
Fantastic.
Whew, I need a drink. Gin tea, please.
A large one.
Hi, I'm Marion.
Oh, sorry, Marion, this is Vanessa. Vanessa Marion.
Mention my name at the door. So nice to have met you, Marion. Good night.
Is there something wrong with my perfume?
No, we was just talking business.
Thank you. Oh, good evening, miss. My name's Arthur Daly, Wilsden Entertainments.
Hello, Mr. Daly. If you'd like to take your party through, there's champagne at the bar.
Oh, is that?
Compliments of the management.
This way, gentlemen. Just through there.
You?
Thank you. This is more like it. Is that for Daly?
Yes, sir.
Glass of champagne, gentlemen? Compliments, Wilsden Entertainments.
Yes.
I hope you've enjoyed the evening thus far.
Splendid, Mr. Daly, quite splendid.
We've certainly enjoyed playing host to you. So here's mud in your eye and eyes down for a lucky evening.
صحتك.
Absolutely.
Now it's time to break the bank at Monte Carlo. Yes?
ورا خذ نلعب خذ امسك.
What's all that about a piece of haddock?
Make an 8, 8 you win. Winner 8 the hard way.
This is a lonely game.
It's solitary, there's a difference.
Well, you look like you're winning.
I like winning, that's why I play. Would you like to throw for me?
Well, I don't know the rules.
You don't need to know the rules to win.
Two crabs, line in.
But it helps.
Yeah, you won a game of suicide. Well done.
This time, you must choose the single number.
Anyone between 1 and 36. Her indoors age, 21.
21 it is.
Do you mind? This square's taken.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Daly, any number of people can bet on the same place. Perhaps this man will bring us luck.
Nah, I've changed my mind. 19.
No more bets. $19 red.
Bit of haddock.
بالزفت خسرنا 8 كان
Now we are in danger of losing Lady Luck's affection. The biggest secret of all is to quit while you're ahead.
There you are.
Would you spare me a moment?
What do you want?
A quiet word.
All right?
Mr. Daly, this is for you.
Oh, no.
Oh, please take it. It is your good luck that we've been riding on tonight.
Oh, well, if you insist, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
I think you should find your nephew. He's not feeling very well. Next time, it could be you. Thank you.
Yeah, he's in the motor. Just sitting in the bar having a quiet drink. One of the hostesses come in and said we had some trouble with our driver. Something about double parking. I thought Wass could use hands, so I'll go outside. Next thing I know, kissing the pavement head's being used as a football. Dave.
Hold on there.
Yeah, there were 3 of them. It was all over before I could get out of the car.
It was Hargreaves. He said it'll be me next time.
Hargreaves? You should do him, Ray.
All right.
Now, don't get excited, Ray. You have a good night's sleep. You can do him in the morning.
Surprise, surprise. He's done a bunk.
Don't you ever know?
There are no secrets between us, Princess. Did you enjoy yourself last night?
Did you?
By the end, I hear Daly got lucky. The old one, I mean. He had a couple of lucky numbers. Daly Jr. did less well.
No doubt the odds were against him.
They still are. And bad luck, as we know, can be catching.
Right, sorry to bother you, but I've got a problem.
That's all right, son. I'll leave you to sort him out.
Look, sorry to cut out on you the other night, but somebody decided to give me a facelift.
So I see. Who was it?
Hargreaves. Now, where can I find him?
I've really no idea.
Yeah, but he works for you, doesn't he? You must have a number for him.
I do, and it's confidential. If you want to batter Mr. Hargreaves, you'll have to find him yourself.
There is something you can do for me, though.
Try me.
You can invite me to dinner.
Windsor Castle. Dripping with history, that is.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, it's all gone on here, you know. Magna Carta, Anne Boleyn, Walter Raleigh. An endless stream linking us with the past. That is what foreigners, begging your pardon, find it hard to comprehend. We English are surrounded by bricks and mortar that remind us of our long and illustrious history.
We have some quite elderly buildings in my part of the world too, Mr. Daly.
But are they open to the public, even on bank holidays?
Smile. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
You know, I think I can honestly say that I've never met anyone quite like you.
Is that so?
Yeah. You invite me to invite you to dinner and then treat me like...
What do I treat you like?
Like I was second class or something.
How should I treat you?
Well, you know, a bit of conversation might help.
Oh, that. I talk about me, you talk about you sort of thing. I tell you something about my life. We have a drink, have a coffee, go to bed together. Is that the plan?
I'll get the bill.
I was born in Surrey. I went to Rodine, left Southampton University after 2 terms. My favourite colour is indigo, and I won't make breakfast.
No, I tried the flat, he's not there. And what is more, he's gallivanting around in my motor. Well, if you see him, tell him I'm miffed. I mean, in the normal course of events, I would grant him a bit of leeway, but... What do you mean, not interested? Where you been? No, never mind, I don't want to know. That way I can look your mother in the eye.
Hey, what's the panic?
We've had a nibble on the waxworks. Geezer phoned this morning. I guarantee delivery tomorrow.
Yeah, what geezer?
Never look a gift horse in the mouth. He made a very good offer. Now, he's promised to send the money over to Winchester tonight. I want you to pick it up.
Oh,
Meanwhile, get back to the lockup and pack up the rest of the waxworks.
Arthur,
I'll man the fort here. Go on, off you go.
Arthur!
Go on.
Hello, beautiful. You're late.
I had some work to catch up on.
I'll get you a coffee.
That'd be nice.
How about spending a nice, relaxing evening at my place tonight?
I can't. I'm working late.
God, so am I. I'll get that coffee.
I didn't know you hung around with famous people.
You made me jump.
We, didn't get much time together at the club the other night. Maybe I could return that lunch now.
No, I've got to get to the Winchester.
Oh, great, I'll buy you a drink there.
Well, I'm meeting a guy. It's business.
After business? Dinner, maybe?
I think I might be having dinner with somebody else.
I'm biting on granite here, aren't I?
And what does that mean?
Look, just answer me a question. Have you got a girlfriend?
Look, I'm not sure.
Fine, I give in.
No, listen, Marion, I like you. You're a really good mate. I'm flattered. But I am sort of involved.
Vanessa. Forget it. I'll see you around.
There you go.
Cheers, Dave. Give us a scotch, Dave.
You're not a spirit drinker?
Yeah, well, I am tonight.
The man from the waxworks looking for you. He's over in the corner.
He's not here already, is he? I was hoping for a bit of a break. Right. You. I've been looking for you.
And now you've found me.
See that? That was done by a boot, and I heard it was taking its orders from you.
Let me give you some good advice.
Yeah, right, but let's do it outside, eh? I don't want to damage the furniture. Now, you shift.
You having a problem, Ray?
No, it's all right, Dave. This is Mr. Hargreaves. He hasn't got the bottle to do his own dirty work. He has to get others to do it for him.
Grow up. It wasn't me that spoiled your pretty face. In fact, I had nothing to do with it, as your girlfriend can confirm.
Who?
Vanessa. She's waiting for you at the conference centre to tell you all about it.
You're a long way from Willesden, boy.
Conference centre?
Yeah, with a bloke called Hargreaves.
Hargreaves? Oh, my God.
Yeah, Arthur. Arthur?
Let me in.
Yeah, all right. I've only got one pair of hands.
Vanessa?
Close, but you don't win the coconut.
What's going on here?
Tell me, son, on a scale from 1 to 10, how lucky do you think you are?
Look, what is all this in aid of?
Come on, straight question. How lucky do you think you are?
I'll get by.
Me, I'm a 10. Very few of us about. You, 4, 5, maybe higher. Time will tell.
Look, pal, what's your game?
It's my business. I make educated guesses as to how people are going to do when they come into my casino. I don't reckon you're going to do very well. Choose a hand.
Blackjack's not my game.
That says I can beat your hand.
Oh, yeah. What's my stake?
You come to that. Pick a hand. $18. Pretty good. Blackjack. That's how lucky I am.
So I'm unlucky at cards?
Maybe you're lucky in love. Tell me on a scale from 1
Look, that's enough. I've had enough of your stupid games. You got me, pal.
That's where you're wrong. You're involved in one of the heaviest games of your life. She's another 10. You can tell that, can't you? Maybe you've discussed this together.
Hello, Kenny. What are you doing here?
Sorry to play the gooseberry. I can see you were expecting a cozy twosome with Loverboy.
Don't even begin to think you have the right to...
Her problem is she raises the stakes too high. She can't quit when she's ahead, even after expert advice. What do you think about that, son?
I think she's old enough to make her own decisions.
Oh, new man, huh? Me, I'm Dark Ages, Neanderthal. You stole from me, and you pay.
Kenny, this doesn't impress.
Come on!
Leave it out, Kenny. I've got nothing to fight you for.
Ray, Arthur, what's occurring?
Ah, here's something to play for. I take you a part of him. I don't mind which.
Leave him out of it.
I like it. Just you and me, yeah?
Ray.
Have I explained the handicap system?
What handicap?
My advantage.
Ray.
Not bad, son. Looks like you're gonna have to concentrate on headshots. Come on. If you're not enjoying this, I'm not surprised.
That's enough.
Your boy hasn't much fight in him, has he? Me, I can go on all day.
Look, whatever we've done, we'll pay for it. Just name the price.
Money? You offering me money? I've got money. I've got all the money I'll ever need. Well, that still doesn't impress some people, does it?
For God's sake, stop him.
There is no stopping him when it gets like this.
Oh, yes, there is. Just ask me to stop. Ask me nicely.
Go to hell.
Well, for God's sake!
Looks like I'm gonna have to do it the hard way.
Right.
Bravo. You're a winner.
Right.
I'll be okay.
I'll never understand boys' games.
Well, these rules are more simple than yours.
You're a very disturbed young woman. Come on, Ray. I don't like to say this, Ray, but I could have told you right from the start.
Not now, Arthur.
Well, maybe you're right. Taxi! Taxi! Come on. You'll be sore in the morning.
Arthur, I'm in agony now.
Come on.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry. You caught me at a bad time.
It really doesn't matter.
It does. That's what I'm sorry for. I hurt someone who used to be my friend.
Who still is your friend?
Thanks, Marion.
You do it again and I'll kick your head in.
Arthur,
What are you doing here? Mr. Hussain leaves tomorrow, invited me for a farewell soiree.
Yes. To wish him luck with his future guests. If he treats them as well as he's treated us, I'm sure his business will prosper.
Oh, no. The moment I've seen you off at the airport, I'm going to wind up Wilson Entertainments.
Why?
I have a very simple view of life, Mr. Hussain. I like to get up in the morning, earn a few bob, and while the sun is going down, enjoy my profits in a club of my own with a cooling VAT and a few well-chosen friends.
Wise philosophy.
Life's too short. And going by some of the types we met up at the West End last week, it could have been a lot shorter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marion Prince, and tonight I'm going to sing a song for my friend.
So you met someone who set you back on your heels. Goody goody. So you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. So you gave her your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. And she broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? So you lied awake just singing the blues all night. Goody goody. So you think that love's a barrel of dynamite. You had it coming to ya, and you don't like it, do ya? A goody goody for him, a goody goody for me. Now I hope you're satisfied, you rascal, you.
Listen, you just strip for us later.
Right, very close to desert.
Ladies! Usual, please, Dave. Right. Cheer up, Dave. It's a happy occasion.
I'm just feeling a bit down the dumps, Arthur. Must have got out of bed the wrong side or something.
Well, lighten it a bit. We don't want Bernie and his mates to catch it. Oh, you should see a doctor.
I am a doctor.
I know. It was a joke. Something medicinal for Dr. Keane.
Have a scotch, please.
I need Camel.
Hello, Ray. Hello, Brian. You got it then? Yeah. We got it in the end. A lot of work though, Ray. Moving.
Heather?
Hello, love. Do you fancy a cup of tea? I'll get it. What's the matter?
He's been like that now for 3 days. He just sits there or in here or on the stairs. I can't get anything out of him. I've never seen him like this before. He just sits there, all still, staring. Like something out of one of those Swedish films.
Hey?
He says he's depressed. I tried to get him to talk about it, but he says it just makes things worse. He says he can't talk about it. Maybe it's something I've said. I don't know. Now I'm starting to get depressed.
He's not depressed. What's Brian got to be depressed about, eh? Well, the flower shop's all right, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. He did 17 funerals last week, so that cheered him up. He's not been into the shop since Saturday, and you know how much he loves his flowers. This isn't like Brian. Like this, he's always so, well, normal.
He's not in any trouble, is he? I mean, he doesn't owe someone, anything like that.
Ray, he sells flowers.
Yeah. And Arthur sells cars. You just don't wake up in the morning and get depressed, do you? There must be something caused it.
He won't talk to me about it, or your mother. That's why I called you. I love Brian. I don't like to see him like this.
And now I'd like to present my cheque to Dr. Keane, who has kindly come along from the hospital to accept it.
Try giving it a bit more pep, love. You're saving lives, remember? And Arthur, it's a happy moment, but it's lacking in the seriousness of the cause. Right, that's it.
Right, the doubles are on Bernie. At the hour prices. Right, send me round half a dozen with gold leaf surround. What's it cost? Look, you think yourself lucky I'm not billing you. I've just given your sheet an exclusive.
What about the real one?
What do you mean, real one? That's cardboard. Perfectly legal tender.
Unfortunately, I don't have my 6-foot wallet with me today.
Perhaps I can fix you up with one. Dave, I see Ray coming just now.
Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, he's got Brian with him.
Yeah, and what's Brian got? What's he wearing, a quilt? Don't we have a dress code in here, Dave? Dave, get a grip on yourself, put some music on. Bernie and his mates might think it's Saturday night.
Not Saturday.
He doesn't want to go back to work quickly, does he? He wants to stay here and celebrate his winnings.
Right, Arthur.
Can I? Look, he's fine. I promise. In fact, we've had a few laughs. Well, a couple, yeah. All right. We nearly had a chuckle about 3:30, but... Look, don't worry. I'll look after him, I promise. Yeah? Well, you have a good night's sleep and I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Any chance of a glass of water, Ray?
Yeah. All right.
Come on, Arthur. Time to go home.
Already?
What is the matter with you, Arthur?
You don't understand, Dave. I'm worried about Brian.
Brian.
That's a reference book. You have to read it here. I'll bring it back later.
I'd like to buy this car, please.
It is a bargain.
Then I'll buy it. I don't know anything about cars, so I'm completely in your hands, really.
Sorry?
I'll buy it.
I beg your pardon?
Here's £100, and I'll pick it up tomorrow.
But I only got it yesterday. I haven't had it priced up yet.
I'm sure it'll be a very fair price.
Fair price?
I like blue.
Well, let's say 3.5 then.
That sounds like a very fair price to me.
Excuse me, Mr.
Keys. Henry Keys.
Yeah, Mr. Keys, although this set of wheels is a bargain, it's a little bit on the juicy side. So, let's say 3.
You can't say fairer than that, can you?
Off you go, Henry, before I change my mind. Hey, how is he?
He's about the same. I took him to see his GP.
And?
Well, he seemed to lighten up a bit when he saw him. I got the impression the doctor didn't think he was depressed enough.
Depressed enough for what?
Referral to the local hospital.
That's what I'm going to need soon. He's having a depressing effect on my income. He's already emptied the Winchester quicker than Dave's lasagna, and I've just given away a monkey.
You what?
I gave it away. How depressed you have to be to get into one of these places?
Well, I don't know, Arthur. Doctor said he was just a bit down, that's all.
How do you take that? In fact, the doctor said he wasn't depressed enough.
He got depressed again. Here, but according to this...
Oh, what's that? Bumper book of depression?
No, according to this book, that's what they do, see? 1 minute they're up, next minute they're down.
Look, Ray, it is true, I hate losing a crust, but you've got to do something with him. He's getting right up my nose.
Yeah, and I know why.
Oh?
Yeah, I've sussed your little secret, Arthur. You can't operate with honest people.
Fortunately, the punters I deal with take care of that end of things.
No. It says here that,
Yeah?
Well, it says a lot of things, but this book can tell us what's wrong with him.
Look, we've got to get on, Ray. Look, if you don't do something with him, I'm going to be broke by the weekend. So get your nose out of that book or you'll be scratching for work.
People pay up to 75 guineas an hour to be told this stuff.
How much? Now, we were talking about your childhood.
No, we weren't. You were talking about yours.
I was sharing, trying to get you to open up.
Why can't I just sit on a chair or a stool over there?
Because you've got to relax, Brian. I've got to get you to open up so you can talk about it.
Nothing happened. I had a very happy childhood.
Ah, you're obviously into denial.
Oh.
Look, it makes me very sad to see you like this. Which is why I invited you in, against all my better instincts.
You only invited me in because you saw that couple coming.
Yeah, because when they saw you, they were going to go away. Losing money makes me even sadder.
Well, what do you think's wrong with me?
I think you are dysfunctional.
Am I?
Yeah. I'll stake my reputation on that. Well, that'll have to wait till our next session. That'll be 75 guineas.
What?
Yeah, according to this bloke, Dave, the depressive state is triggered by external forces acting on pre-existing neurosis.
Yeah? Yep, Percy Vallon, he's meant to be a bit of a sufferer. I think Al called it
Who's Al?
Al Craig. Answer phone Owl, they called him. Percy's window cleaner.
Why'd they call him that?
I think he used to sell answer phones.
Percy Valens? Is that the geezer that runs the chain of dry cleaners?
It's the very one. Here, Arthur, what was his famous catchphrase?
Let us take you to the dry cleaners. Way ahead of his time.
Yeah, but what was it they used to call it, though?
Very clever man. Started in mail order syrups.
Do what?
Irish's rugs, you know, earpieces.
Manic depressive, yeah. Al reckoned that Percy suffered a lot with him. High as a kite one minute, down in the dumpster next.
That's exactly what he says here.
Yeah, well, Percy learnt to live with it. They reckon he makes his money when he's high and he consolidates when he's low.
So you are saying that any minute now, Brian could change from an irritating vegetable into some sort of dynamic tycoon? Well, we better keep his strength up. Here, bung him that bacon banjo, Dave. Go on, off you go. Cheers, Ray.
I was taking that to Brian, Mr. Rogerson. He's feeling a bit under the weather.
Who's Brian?
That's Brian.
Well, what's up with him?
No one really knows.
Tell Brian I hope he soon gets better, will you, Dave?
Oh, hang on, Garth. We've just nicked Eric Perry. What about a drink?
I'm not so sure that I'm up for it now.
I think there was something in that sandwich.
If he'd got angry about it, the sandwich, that would have been fine. I could have threatened him or something. But he just sat there, looking at me.
I think there was definitely something in that sandwich.
I used to look at my dad like that.
Alpha 90.
Yeah, this is...
Wherever it is, Fowler, take it easy on the curves, all right?
Look, if Brian has got the same thing, this maniac depression...
Manic, Arthur.
Yeah, if he's got the same as Percy, then this could be Brian's consolidating phase.
Right. How do you mean?
Well, I mean, he's not always this down, is he? I mean, you've seen him smile sometimes. I mean, he could be bipolar like Percy.
I thought Brian was happily married.
No, that's polar, bipolar. Molar's your teeth. Here. Bipolar, an affective disorder in which the sufferer experiences episodes of both mania. That's a high and depression.
That is Percy. When he was high, he bought the chain of dry cleaners. When he was low, he accepted and consolidated.
Yeah, but what's Brian consolidating?
Well, he's already got one shop off the ground, hasn't he? Perhaps he's planning to open a chain.
No, he's just a florist. He likes flowers. He's not a businessman.
Yeah, they reckon Percy Vallen, he started from a phone box.
Exactly, Dave. You don't necessarily need money to make money. If this is Brian's consolidating phase, then a high could be just round the corner.
Yeah?
Well, he's going to need professional guidance, isn't he?
Well, I wish you'd give us some, Arthur, because you've lost me.
A business manager, an advisor, someone to console him on his downers. If Brian is on the way up, all we have to do is be there when he's ready to take off. Where? Yeah, it's probably sale or return. 28 days. Yeah. Keep your eye open for any manic ascendancy. What, Rodney? Oh, come on, I'm not going to skip the country. Yeah, and what am I going to do with 3 grocer turbans? Yeah, all right. Ta-da.
I want to go home.
You heard him?
Yeah, Arthur, I think he means by himself.
Well, that's a good sign. Means he's coming out of isolation. Via Rodney's, Conrod Street.
I thought I'd bring some of these back from the shop, brighten the place up a bit.
Ray, what's in the box? What are you doing, Ray? And where's Brian? What are you doing here?
Me and Ray are looking after your Brian. He's a bit down, but several of my specialist medical friends tell me he's about to swing into a high.
Arthur, what are you up to? What are you talking about? I don't want Brian high. I want him as he was. As he is. Whose are all these bits of air, and what are they doing here?
Well, it was Arthur's idea.
Brian, love. I wish you'd tell me what's wrong, Brian.
Hello, Heather.
Hello, Brian.
I thought you could use the extra cash, what with you being short-staffed at the shop and everything.
What extra cash?
When Brian hits a high, mail-order syrups.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, but what are you on about?
Mail order. It worked for Percy Valens.
Well, they worked once, there's no reason why they shouldn't work again. The important thing is to get the advanced promotion organised.
What advanced promotion?
Well, small ads, mail order. Transform your appearance. Impress the ladies. Look years younger wearing an Arthur Daly earpiece.
Yeah, I thought this was meant to be Brian's business.
Yeah, it is. He can do the before and after picture.
Do what?
Well, picture before, without a rug, and then one with it to show how much better he looks.
I don't think Brian's much of an advert hideaway at the moment, Arthur.
No point there. I'll get Dave.
I can't see Dave wearing one of these.
Oh, no, you don't have to wear that one. We'll give him a choice. He might want to go blonde. But the important thing is to be ready as soon as Brian makes a move. I want you to monitor him constantly.
Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't go round there and stay with him and Heather, can I?
Why not? Your mum's there most of the time. You could take it in turns.
Yeah, but Arthur, what exactly am I supposed to be looking for?
I don't know, Ray. But the minute he takes off the anorak or says he's looking forward to a funeral, I want you to get me on the dog. I'll leave you to do the surveillance while I research the ins and outs of the Valin method.
I'd like to see Mr. Percy Valens, please.
Who shall I say like to see?
Arthur Daly, a fellow sufferer.
Yeah. Oh, he says he's too busy. Perhaps you could put it in writing.
When will he not be too busy?
No idea.
I'll wait then. I hope that's all right.
Mr. Daly?
Yes.
Very kind of you to wait. Mr. Valens will see you now.
Is he up or down?
He's on the 5th floor.
It's very kind of you to see me, Mr. Valens.
It's very kind of you to have waited.
It's kinder of you to see me than for me to wait.
Oh. I haven't got too long. I've got to be out again in an hour. Please.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I understand that you're a sufferer. Things can get very dark. It's a terrible thing to suffer from. But the thing is, when you're down there, you feel as though it's never going to end. But it does. It always passes.
Well, it's a friend who's suffering, actually. I'm suffering because he is.
You're a carer. Joy looks after me. Joy. What a name to have to live up to. I don't usually see many people. When I'm on a high, most of them can't keep up with me. When I'm down, well, some of them take advantage. I suppose I'm a sort of reclusive. But I don't walk on toilet paper.
No, of course not. Why would you want to?
How I choose. That's what happens when you isolate.
It is a brave man who walks backwards into the cave of the snowcat.
Well, how can I help your friend?
Well, do you mind if I'm a bit personal? I mean, I know you've been into a few hospitals. You've had it.
The manic depression?
Yeah. He seems to go into himself, and I want to help to get him out.
Does he drink?
Well, he doesn't have a drinking problem, if that's what you mean. No, I mean, most of the time he's been normal, playing with a full deck. But now his wife has started thinking it's something she said. So I thought I'd come straight to the horses.
What? Do you think he's having one over on his wife?
No, I don't think so. The thought had crossed my mind. No, he could be acting up. How do I tell?
Remember Colditz?
Oh, who could forget it? Chuck Lancaster and his little sparrow.
No, I mean the television series. Well, I saw an episode of Colditz where this prisoner was acting batty to get home on compassionate grounds. Well, he got home, but when he got there, he was genuinely batty.
I'm not quite with you.
Well, if your friend has really got it, and believe me, it's not something you chase after, my heart goes out to him. But if he's just putting on a performance, depending on how good an actor he is, well, he might buy into it hook, line and sinker.
But how do I tell the difference between a performance and a full Monty?
Well, if you've got a few minutes, all I can give you is my experience, strength and hope.
£2,900 and my licence.
Look, I have to be honest with you, but since yesterday, my mechanic has made a rather indiscreet discovery about this car that could dampen your enthusiasm, or more likely waterlog it. Rust.
Rust? According to this, it's perfectly roadworthy for the next 10 months.
Well, I like to feel any car purchased here would last at least one lifetime. I mean, like this family hatchback here, at exactly the same price.
What kind of family would want that to last a lifetime?
Look, I am legally obliged to point these things out to you, but in the end, the final decision is down to you. I am just an honest trader.
I promised myself a blue car. This'll be fine for what I want. Have you got the key?
Key?
In your hand.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Don't go too far.
Only local. Mr. Daly.
What?
You've sold me a bargain.
Bargain. Me selling a bargain. Brian's fault. One look at him and I lose the will to haggle. His problem has got to be dealt with.
Yeah, but Arthur, that's what we've been trying to do, innit?
No, chuck all that out. I got the full SP from Percy Valens. That man is a genius. Remember Colditz?
No.
Yeah, TV series, German prison castle. If you couldn't tunnel your way out with a wooden what's-it, you pretended to be balmy.
Hang on, Arthur, you're losing me.
Percy thinks Brian may be pulling a stroke.
Right, but why would anyone pretend to be depressed, eh?
How should I know? The point is, either his depression is a genuine article, in which case we can look forward to a nice little earner when he enters the manic phase, or the whole thing's a porky, which Percy suggests may be due to some serious aggravation in Brian's personal, which he's trying to escape from.
So what does Percy think we should do now, eh?
Have a meet with Brian and suss out the genuine nature of his complaint. You better go and find him.
What?
And cross your fingers that his depression is kosher. I laid out £1,000 on those wigs.
Right.
Brian. one of yours, Brian?
Yeah. Heather's doing it. Normally, she handles the weddings and I do the funerals.
But you're still in your low period.
Yeah.
No sudden feeling of elation at all?
Not really.
Is it because of cold it's, Brian?
The flat's not so bad, Arthur.
I'm talking about escape committees, Brian. Pretense. Subterfuge. Pulling the wool. Because you see, according to Percy, well, that is, according to an eminent consultant of my acquaintance, you should have entered your up period by now, and we should be making a fortune. Unless...
Unless what, Arthur?
Unless your depression is bent.
Bent?
Dodgy. Not up to manufacturer's specification. Hooky. You're making it all up.
I'm sorry, Arthur. It all got out of hand.
How could you, Brian? I mean, is that the act of a brother-in-law? I shelled out good money on the chance of you being a manic depressive. All the time you're just giving an impression of depression. Say nothing of the grief you wished on your lovely wife. And the clientele of the Winchester.
I was driven to it, Arthur.
I know, don't tell me. Yours indoors. Heather.
No, of course not. It's her sister, Doreen.
Doreen? You're not having her.
Now we move closer, she's always coming round. She hangs around her shop suggesting things.
I've heard a married woman of 30 years.
No. I mean things about the business.
Well, they all do that, Brian.
Using plastic foam as the base for a wreath. She was going to get in touch with you about getting a few thousand of them in at cost. Which is all right. But I like doing things the old way.
No, I don't think it's my line. One of yours?
Yeah.
Nice. So?
Yeah, so one day last week I just finished a funeral. I was feeling a bit sad. I get like that sometimes, but it don't last long usually. I don't take it back to Heather. Doreen's in again.
Well, what did she do?
She just come back from the graveyard in King Street, full of ideas. I like Ray's mum, Arthur. It's just that sometimes she can be a bit businesslike.
Oh, yeah, that can be very insensitive, Brian.
She wanted me to have a word with the undertaker, see if I couldn't get the conductor.
The what?
He's the bloke that leads the mourners. It's very moving. She wondered if I couldn't ask him to speed up a bit, walk faster. Her way of thinking was that in the time saved, I could make some extra money.
I had no idea she'd absorbed so much of the daily philosophy.
I tell you, Arthur, I was so shocked I couldn't speak. And I got very down having her in and out all the time. And then I noticed she don't like being around. Depression's too strong a word. She don't like anything too upsetting. So I thought, well, if it works, why fight it? Every time I saw her, I acted up a bit.
I think you mean acted down a bit, don't you?
She stopped coming in.
And by that time, you were well into the part.
I suppose so, yeah.
And now you're out of it?
Yeah. Arthur, I don't know how to thank you.
Come on.
No. It really isn't me.
Dave, it fits you like a glove.
Like a glove, Arthur? It is a glove. Look, it's even got fingers.
Well, purchase a pair.
Are you serving or what?
I'm sorry, it's members only in here, I'm afraid, sir.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I just want a drink at the bar.
Yeah, well...
It's all right, Dave. Henry. Remember me?
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
We've met before.
Nah. I'd remember you, Henry.
It didn't hit me until just before I drove the car off this morning. But we have. Must be 25 years ago now. I was in Q Division, West End.
Nah, I've never been up the West End.
I arrested you for receiving stolen goods just off Carnaby Street. Of course, you talked your way out of it. You were driving a two-tone Zodiac at the time.
Detective Inspector Keyes.
Not now. Not anymore. Not for 15 years. I retired. Not on medical grounds either. That's something else that's funny. I could have retired, quite legitimately as it turned out, on medical grounds. But I was arrogant enough to believe that the DPP wouldn't prosecute.
Well, prosecute for what?
Oh, everything. Everything. I was mixed up in everything. Truth is, Arthur, I fitted myself up. It's funny, isn't it? Half an hour ago, I was all right. And now I'm like this. I just can't seem to keep a mood going.
What a sad tale.
I'm sorry to be a burden to you, Arthur. I'm just not very good company at the moment. I'll snap out of it. I thought coming back to the old neighbourhood might help. Emotional roots and all that.
Yeah, it's not all bad, Henry. I mean, you've got a nice blue motor.
I like blue. Blue was the colour of my first quad car. One of those silver imps.
Come on.
Here, Arthur. Here, whatever you said of Brian worked a treat. He's bounced right back to normal. Yeah, and Auntie said she was sorry for being a bit off. She wants me to thank you.
Think nothing of it. It's my speciality. Whatever Brian didn't have, I think he's got it. And he's never even met your mother.
Who?
I've got to make a phone call. Bring him in, will you? And,
Hello?
Do you remember a DI called Keyes?
Henry Keyes? You'd have to be one slice short of a loaf to have met him and forget it.
I thought so. I recognised him immediately.
You've seen him? Detective Inspector Keyes. I was his doppo. We were the lads. He was like a father to me.
He's here.
At the Winchester? Well, that's slumming it.
What's a doppo?
A sycophant.
The Winchester Club is a respectable gentleman's club, Mr. Rogerson. The point is, he's here at the moment, and he seems to be in a bit of a muddle. And I thought, being as one of your own, well, ex-own...
He asked for me? By name?
He said you were the only one who ever really understood.
Well, most of the other detectives on his squad merely talk, but Henry and I, well, we shared together, even in the rough. I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Colleague in trouble, Gov?
One of the best. He taught me everything I know. We used to call him the Governor.
We call everyone the Governor, Gov.
Yes, but we called him the Governor.
Where is he, Arthur? Where's the governor?
In the gents. Been in there nearly half an hour.
What's up with him?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, am I? I thought it might have something to do with the nature of his career. That's why I called you.
Governor? Governor? It's me, Governor. Roger. Dickie R. Richard. You remember me? Roger Rogerson. I was your old TDC. Remember the summer of 1973? Eh? Remember me now?
No.
Go on, get out. And you better get a GP over here, just in case.
Case of what?
Well, he doesn't bloody remember me, does he? So he's obviously suffering from amnesia, for starters. What are you doing here, Daly?
As a shareholder in this establishment, I obviously have a keen interest in what goes on in the toilets.
Get him out of here, will you? Governor? It's Roger. You remember me? Yours was the first squad I was in out of uniform. You were a second-hand skipper then. I'm a DS now.
Didn't I fit you up once?
I was on your side, Henry.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Dickie.
Oh, dear, Governor. You are in a pickle. Do you want to talk about it?
I must say, I was surprised by you, Mr. Daly. Your handling of a delicate situation was very impressive.
Well, I have recently become more au fait with the ups and downs of these poor, tortured souls. And I do have a flair for caring. Excuse me, Doctor. How long do you think you'll be inside?
His is quite a severe case. He could be in hospital for a long time.
Really? Yeah, I think I'll just go and say a last farewell.
He was the governor, Arthur. They crippled him. They got him on bribery, falsifying evidence, intimidation. He just got stupid, that's all. He thought he was untouchable. Thanks for phoning.
Yeah, let's just keep it between you and me, eh? For his sake. Henry, there is just one more thing. Where are you off to?
Return this. It's making me feel guilty.
Well, don't let it make you too depressed.
You seem cheerful enough, Arthur.
Henry and I have come to a compatible understanding. I've done him the favour of taking the car off his hands.
For how much?
Well, he's not going to need a car in there, is he? He's going to sit out in the street picking up parking fines, not to mention random acts of vandalism and weather damage.
Arthur, how much?
2.5.
2.5? 500 less than he paid for it?
Ray, when Henry bought that motor, it had 3 previous owners. It now has 4. A natural decrease in market value.
Yeah, but Arthur, doing a deal with a bloke in that condition, that's well out of order.
Dave, I've also mused on that question. Consider, in recent days, I have virtually given away an A-condition motor to a man who once had me under arrest. I've laid out serious money to Rodney the Rug for a consignment of vulgar and worthless toupees, on the off chance that brother-in-law Brian would emulate Percy Valens, the manic millionaire. On top of that, I've done various acts of kindness for the plod, past and present, bent and less bent, and at no time did I ask for even a little earner.
That is all very true, Arthur.
But just before the ambulance door closed on that poor unfortunate, I bought back the motor and made 500 sobs into the bargain. That can only mean one thing, Dave.
What's that?
I'm cured. Cheers.
Driver coming through. Westbound traffic.
Thanks very much.
Sorry. Understand underpass.
Number 4. Anything else?
If you mean, do I want to stock up on a month's groceries? No, thank you. I'm old-fashioned about petrol stations.
These are popular. You hang them over your mirror and they give off a scent. They're supposed to relax you for when you're tense.
If you're suggesting I'm in need of automotive Valium, I assure you I've never felt better. I'll have quarter mint Imperials.
Haven't got any. After Dark's nice. They have that lovely music on the advert.
After Dark? What kind of name's that for a suite?
There it is, listen.
Slip into something smooth. After Dark.
That's sort of my
Life is more exciting.
I'm delighted to hear it.
After Dark chocolates.
You wouldn't believe our sales have gone up since that's been on.
Car crime in the capital. We'll be speaking to representatives of the insurance companies.
I swear someone's been creeping up in the night and making free with a fertiliser.
Do what?
My stock is growing. That is not the usual way in the motor trade, Ray. You buy the vehicles in the hope that you're going to shift them. Not so as you can put together a motor museum that'll give Lord Beaujolais a run for his money.
Here, Arthur.
3. Like the descent into Hades.
Where?
Hades. Club me and your dad used to frequent in the 50s. Camden Town. Bit on the earthy side, but it was cheap. We only ever visited when we thought the business looked as if it was going to croak. Oh, well. When Harry Hawkins was around, we had this manor stitched up. He took one side of the canal, I had the other. Never the twain should meet. We knew what the going prices were. We had an understanding. I mean, no punter was going to take a bus across town to check. No point. The fair would swallow up any profit they made by shopping around. Halcyon days, Ray. Halcyon days. And we shall never see their like again. Now Don Gedley's taken over.
You can't give in, Arthur.
Ray, you can only lower your prices so far.
I thought this Gedley character was into banking or something.
Financial crisis management, Ray. Cash flow correction.
You what?
He's a moneylender. His rates are slightly less than the Vatican Bank, and he does open on Sundays, and he doesn't ask where the cash is going.
Yeah, but couldn't Harry have got a loan from the bank, cover what he owed, Gedley?
He probably had no choice. Surrender the franchise or spend the rest of eternity propping up a little-known bit of the M4. I know which I'd choose.
I need the bank.
Right.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, I'll see you later, sir. No joy?
Mr. Gedley, he said he was coming right back.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did everything you said, low-key, no pressure, by the book.
Well, let's hope he does. Be nice to get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Well, knock it out at 17.50. Your customer will have no excuse if he comes back now, eh?
Can we afford that?
Don't worry, I've worked it out. Besides, I think it's time we turn the heat up on the locals and have a notch. Right then. I'm off to check Gedley's out. You think of all the years and all the hard work you put in to make this business what it is, Arthur. Tell you what, we ain't going down without a fight.
Ray, be careful.
Morning, Mr. Carson. I was just passing, so I thought I'd drop in. Save you running by with the old man's money.
Oh, don't worry, it's all there.
That's not all of it. It's only about 400 there.
Yeah.
Well, you owe another £2.5 grand.
What?
That's what you owe, with interest. At current rates.
Your father said...
Dad's been poorly. He's left me in charge and I want it all.
We had a deal.
Don't get jumpy. I'm a reasonable man. First rule of credit. Set your creditors repayment schemes they can afford. It's just the interest. And I want all of it.
Well, listen, I can't possibly...
Whoops. Clumsy. It's up to you.
Look, all I've got to do is pick up the phone and tell...
Don't even think about going to the police. They'll only want to know what you used the loan for in the first place. You see, my dad allowed 1 or 2 sloppy business practices to develop. Well, I'm just getting us all shipshape. Next Tuesday, then.
Can't raise that kind of money.
You'll think of something. Ooh, that was a close one.
Hello there, can I help you?
Yeah. Cavalier. Is that right? Well, Mr. Gedley may be able to go a little lower for cash.
After dark, Arthur. You know, slip into something smooth. After dark.
Extraordinary.
You must have heard it, haven't you? Listened to the radio?
No, not since the baker light went out the window.
Oh, you tasted one?
What?
The chocolates.
Dave, I'm surprised at you. Cometh the hour, cometh the cocoa fiend. I'm not concerned with the merit of that particular piece of confectionery. It is the wireless as a means of mass communication and arm twisting that I'm interested in. I take it the portents are not favourable.
A G-Reg Metro under £1,000. Less if you pull a face. I just don't know how he's doing it. And the old stock's like that. It's just not like a one-off. Plus, it's forever as far as I can see. Not like the little 4-hour promotion we had last week.
And it's not like Don Gedley, Arthur. I mean, he's bought businesses before, but he just sells them on for a quick profit.
You never know how people are going to turn out when the circumstances suit, Dave.
Yeah, but what are we going to do?
Plunder the airwaves, Ray.
Do what?
You're quite right. Daily Enterprises has earned its right to a slice of the automotive cake, and I am not giving up without a fight.
Arthur, we're not going to start nicking stuff, are we?
No. Far from it, Ray. I'm talking about a new approach. A hard-edged advertising campaign that will put the name of Daily slap in the middle of every household on the manor.
Arthur wants to make an advert for the tranny.
Even now, there are thousands of individuals banging up their blood sugar level because of a ludicrous little ditty on the light programme about a new fruit and nut.
What?
Those same simple souls will be queuing up to buy a motor off the Daily forecourt by the end of the week. All we've got to do is think up a nice snappy ad.
Yeah, but Arthur, that costs a fortune. You've got airtime, presenters, all that.
Ray, the uninitiated may end up shelling out, but you are forgetting. The Daily is like a Boy Scout with a full complement of sweater adornment. He is always prepared. You sound as if you're at a funeral wake.
Well, he's not used to it, Arthur.
We should have gone to the professionals, Arthur. I mean, look at this gear.
You're bad workman, Ray, bad workman.
Yeah, but what about this music, Arthur? Shouldn't it be a bit more upbeat?
Huh, what?
You know, get up and go.
Dave, as much as I appreciate your efforts on the knob-twiddling front, may I remind you, I once met Matt Munro, and what he passed on over a couple of cappuccinos in Iwickham bus station about what's got swing you couldn't hope to learn in a lifetime. Come on, let's have another go.
Arthur, I'm knackered.
Look, we'll have a break in a minute and try and get it right this time, because that's the last clean tape we got. Right, stand by. Ray, big breath and speak nicely. Dave? Music.
Thinking of buying a used car? Daily Motors is the place to come. It's a family firm run by a man you can trust, Arthur Daly, and its prices are rock bottom. If you don't believe us, ask Phil Collins or any one of our satisfied customers. But remember, put Daily Motors first.
Cut! I knew that little pep talk would work. Tripped off the tongue of treat, Ray.
You sure about Phil Collins, Arthur?
Yeah, of course. Phil Collins, the butcher, bought that caravanette.
Now, what happens now, then, Arthur?
Well, we'll give it a couple of weeks' try-out on Radio What's It, see how many punters it pulls in. You might have to get extra help in the car lot. What do you reckon it'll cost us for a week? A monkey?
You've got to be joking. That won't buy you a day.
Well, you suss it out. I'm prepared to go to $2,000. And don't forget, discount for first-time buyers. Off you go.
Right.
I don't want that kind of business, and I certainly don't want you getting involved in it. I want you straight. That's why you've got an education, so you don't have to do the sort of things I did. Well, the way you're carrying on, you'll have enemies queuing round the block for a tilt from now till doomsday.
Business is the business of survival, Dad.
Cobblers! Look, I know you're trying to impress me, and you're a good lad, but do me a favour.
Dad, if you could just listen...
No! And I want you to sort out all this aggro you've caused. Tell Carson he's got the usual time to pay the normal amount. And tell Arthur Daly the prices are going back to reality before you bankrupt us both. All right?
See, the thing about advertising, Dave, you've got to give it a chance to work. I mean, today's Friday. Now, it'll probably be Monday before the first waves sweep through the gate.
Fingers crossed, Arthur.
There is no room for superstition in the world of high-tech, Dave. Genius and ingenuity will overcome all eventualities.
Evening.
Hey, Ray, I hope they charge by the use and not the day, because we haven't heard anything yet.
You're not going to either.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I've done some ringing round, Arthur.
I told you to go personally.
That is not broadcast spec.
What you talking about? That's best quadrophobic.
In addition, they charge slightly more to broadcast an advert than you think.
Well, I don't mind going higher. How much?
Here, I've written it all down for you.
What?
My life.
Yeah, but listen, Arthur, I've got a couple of mates who work for a local radio station. Well, I haven't seen them for a while, but...
Ray, do it. I am not paying that.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's, well, it's not exactly Radio 4.
I know. Primitive equipment, only on the air at certain times. Jimmy Young, Brian Blackburn, they've all been there. That doesn't worry me.
You want me a word in, then?
See what they can muster for a reasonable fee, on air, ASAP. And you better get on with it, otherwise the cars will be worth less than the cost of the ad.
Right.
Large one, please, Dave. No, make it a small one. Not a word. Let me guess. The Golf. What can I say? Overhead cam, 16 valves, and enough horses to keep Princess Anne happy.
I like that one.
Well, speed isn't everything.
It certainly isn't.
And this particular model comes with a crumple zone.
Outside, a reinforced steel safety cage with a titanium bulkhead, full impact rubber protection bumpers, and a collapsible steering column.
You sure no claims make interesting reading?
Clean as a whistle. Still, you never know what you might run into, do you?
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm delighted to see the youth of today has the foresight to recognise that. Allow me.
Thank you.
Drives nicely, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Let's move this car out. Right, Sarge. Right, let's head back. Back. Stop.
This Ram Raider, what did he take?
Well, apart from a diabolical liberty with my person, I've no idea.
But he was a Ram Raider.
Well, I may be doing him a terrible disservice. But when he'd hurled himself through a plate glass window in a nicked car, he's hardly in a position to quibble, is he?
But the motor wasn't nicked. You were sitting beside him.
A technicality. It wasn't his, and I hadn't given him permission to give the shop an alfresco aspect with it.
What did he look like?
He's a punter. They all look the same after a certain point. Green, and I promised to pay the bearer, stamped all over them.
And what was he wearing?
Suit, coat.
Colour?
Blue, black, I don't know.
But, Mr. Daly, can you give me any more detail?
I mean, he was an average punter. Averagely dressed. You must realise I wasn't particularly sensitive to my surroundings towards the end. I was making my peace with the Almighty. If you want a detailed ID, ask him. He had the perfect view as the motor went straight into his Louis the What's-It wardrobe.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Daly. We do tend to interview most eyewitnesses to a crime. It's an old police trick. And you're right. Mr. Carson has come up with a very clear description of the driver. Would you care to repeat your statement, Mr. Carson, in front of my colleague?
It was him. He was driving.
Hey, hang on.
Would you care to blow into the box, Mr. Daly?
You're gonna love this bit. Smacks you right in the face.
Come on, you all get it today. That's Mr. D. The battlefield's on wheels. The Carson is sharp, that's wicked and wild. The wicked that's stewed and the real will fight. Got that? Dig that? Hear that?
Obviously, they've updated the concept, Arthur. You gotta remember, times change. So the punters. Whatever you think, Ray. Here, Arthur. You alright?
Got that? Dig that? Hear
You should have said something, Arthur.
I tried to. The decibel level wasn't conducive.
So who was it, eh?
Well, if I knew that, do you think you'd be sitting there now?
What did he look like?
Oh, don't you start. Nothing out of the ordinary. Average. No distinguishing marks whatsoever.
What are you going to do?
What can I do? I've got to report with my driving documents to the station and undergo further questioning.
But why is this antique skeezer pointing a finger at you?
Well, presumably he was in the same state of shock as I was. I'm hoping his memory will clear once the trauma subsides.
Take it easy, Arthur.
Go, Daily, go! Bo, bo,
They have a problem with English.
They'll get through to the man on the street, Arthur. Trust me.
Who are they?
Well, that's King Master Mike and Cool K.
I thought you said friends were involved.
Yeah, King Master Mike. That's Michael, Mickey Evans.
Chalky Evans, little lad. Who's the urban gorilla with him?
That's Nigel Jones.
Spotty Nige used to come to Battersea Fun Fair with us. Was sick all down the Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
What happened?
He grew up.
And you really think they'll put Daily Motors on the map?
I guarantee it, Arthur. Here. Look at these flyers. It's their own design. They give it a full Monty. They make sure everyone on the manor knows what you're about.
Who paid for these?
Look, I know times are tough, Arthur. You can give me the money back when we start shifting motors, eh?
Well, you're a good lad, Ray.
Go, Daily, bo, bo.
Ray, I feel subliminally moved. I think I'll leave you and the lads to get on with it.
Are you sure?
Positive, Ray.
He loves it.
Sweet. Carson has a claim up on his insurance and pays off what he owes us. And Daly gets further reminder, should he need it, that there ain't room for two car dealers on this manor.
Christ, if your mother was still here...
I know it's not exactly what you said.
It's a diametric bloody opposite.
Hang on. I know it's going against orders, but I know what I'm doing.
If the police find out...
Don't worry. Look, you got to realise, sometimes it's hard to make changes. It's frightening.
I'll tell you what's bloody frightening. You are.
I can improve the efficiency of this company 100%. Because you still avoid facing up to it. Because you're worried you might not be able to cope. That it might be too much for you. No problem. I've done it for you.
You're my flesh and blood, Grant. I love you, I'd do anything for you, but you're not acting right. It's got to stop, all this craziness. You've got to show me some respect.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, through the business.
That is it. An end. The aggro stops here. Pray to God Daly don't put two and two together.
I told you. I've made sure Daly's well stitched.
Stick some under some windscreen wipers, stick a couple on a lamppost or two. Your uncle's going to be the top boy in the manor.
That's magic, Nige.
Right.
Sorry, Kay. Takes a bit of getting used to.
And once we've done these, me and my man will get off and finish the trails. Be cutting through the Stratospire this evening.
That's safe. Sooner the better, eh?
That's right.
Listen, man, which side of the road you on?
Listen, do you mind if I leave you lads to it? I've just got to check something out with Arthur. I'll be back later, yeah?
No worries, Ray.
Later.
Hang loose, my brother.
And you, safe.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Circumstantial evidence.
What? Two independent witnesses finger you as the bloke with directional difficulties, and one testifies that you definitely climbed out of the driver's side of the car. Now, I should say that the evidence against you is about as watertight as it gets.
The reason I was seen bravely climbing from the wreckage on the driver's side was because my door was wedged. And as to any other witnesses, I suggest you check their probity and any suspicious substances lurking in their bloodstream.
Casting aspersions on the witnesses already. They usually save that for the courtroom.
Mr. Tompkins, ask yourself one question. If, as you suggest, I was the man behind the wheel, why, after driving one of my own motors at breakneck speed through a plate glass window, did I decide against nicking anything and instead hung around waiting for the pleasure of your interrogation? God, that's all sorted out.
It It hasn't been sorted out. You've been cautioned. You're still very much under suspicion.
Like the Russian linesman, my conscience is clear.
Nevertheless, you're not to leave the country.
I beg your pardon?
A statutory request. We'll need to speak to you again once we've checked one or two things out.
Look, you can check out as much as you like. Until you find the lunatic with a penchant for drive-through shopping, this crime will remain unsolved. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an empire to run. Good day.
Mike, what's happened? Where's Kay?
He's all right. See my mouth? Cut to ribbons. I can't go in here.
What happened?
Geezer took exception to the flyers and decided to give me some back.
Who was he?
Dunno. It was thin, brown hair. He had something to do at Gedley's. I was outside there just, you know.
Mike?
Look, it was only a bit of a lark. Only this bloke's is a nutter. He went wild when he got hold of me. And before he banged me in the mouth the last time, he told me to tell Arthur there's more of the same waiting for him.
Right. You wait here. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I'll see you later. I've got to go. Can I help you, sir?
The name's Daly. Ray Daly. Now, I reckon you got a good idea why a good mate of mine's just been roughed up. I also reckon that you green-lighted whoever it was to drive my uncle through a shop window. Now, what I've come to say is this. You call him off. Daily Motors is staying. And no amount of threats or suicide cost-cutting's going to change that. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loyalty. I like that. Now, you listen to me. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been away. Whatever's going on in your business is nothing to do with me. And if you ever barge in here again without an invite, I'll have my lawyers crawling over you so fast, you'll think you've gone down with some nasty disease. Now get out! Fine words are one thing. You make sure you've got your facts right first.
Right, mate. See you later. Hello there. Jerry Parker, Cavalier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually gone now, I'm afraid. We might have another at the end of the week, if you're still interested.
Yeah, no thanks,
Hey,
mate.
I can have a chat with Mr. Gedley about a cash discount. Shame he was in a hurry. I could have introduced you.
To Mr. Gedley?
Yeah, he was in a rush. I had to get to a car auction. Look, I'll have a chat with him first thing in the morning, all right?
Yeah, if it's not too much trouble. Cheers.
Arthur Daly. Don...
I know.
I think we need to talk.
I don't think so. I'm not thinking of selling up.
About your accident. I suspect I know who was responsible.
You do?
I bought you a little something to help make up.
That's very generous, especially from a competitor. That kind of solidarity brings a lump to the throat.
Yeah, well, no one likes to see liberties being taken.
If you see the young reprobate responsible, I trust you'll give him a severe reprimand.
I guarantee it. He's my lad.
You mean there's another one? There are two of you.
I'll be honest with you, Mr. Daly. Since my other half made the crossing, Grant's all I've got. He's not a bad lad. He's a bit over-keen.
I should say so.
The point is, your boy's on the trail. He's a bright lad. He'll finger Grant before long.
Well, I'm sorry, but those who live by the sword...
Nah, that can't happen. I swore to his mum I'd see that he was the first Gedley to get through life without the slightest mark on his record. I don't want him linked with any of this.
Well, that's an admirable sentiment. But may I remind you, I am prime suspect number one in this case. And in the absence of an arrest...
Yes?
I am going to be in serious trouble.
Oh, come on, Mr. Daly, what are we talking? Touch of reckless driving, few points on the licence, bit of finger-wagging from the magistrate, 500 quid fine?
I also have my unblemished reputation to consider.
Mr. Daly, I'm asking for a favour. I want you to take the rap for my Grant. He's had a rollicking from me. There'll be no further trouble there. Now, in return for your selective memory, there's the motor, which you'll notice is a more recent model than the one written off. In addition to this, I'll cover any fine you receive plus 2,000 quid for your trouble.
2 grand?
It's merely a gesture, not meant to be insulting.
Please. I'm not insulted. Come in. In the end, Dave, it all comes down to a question of morality. I couldn't help thinking about Jimmy Cagney on his way to the chair, pretending to be scared, so that all those other lads wouldn't suffer the same life of deprivation and aggro that he had gone through.
It was a marvellous gesture, Arthur. You should be proud. Yeah, let's hope Gedley remembers it and all when he comes to pricing his motors.
That is up to him, Dave. When you make a decision like this, you do it because you know it's the right thing to do, not because you're going to get something out of it.
Here, Arthur.
Right.
Yo! Arthur Copacetic D!
Mike, it's a public place.
Here, Arthur, we've sussed it. It's Gedley's lad. Yeah, just clocked him over at his old man. It was a quick look, but it was enough, wasn't it, eh?
Right, Mike. Now, the eyes can play terrible tricks in the heat of the moment. I mean, evidence my own unfortunate situation.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Arthur, I've just had a bit of a whacking. Some bloke got a bit raw with me near the garage. He didn't like the Daily Flyers. I got real close to him and it was the same bloke.
Yeah, and a bit of checking turns out that Gedley Jr.'s looking after the motor side of things while his old man's in the hospital. Arthur Gedley is your test driver.
No, Ray, Mike, look, we mustn't be too hasty about it.
Oh, well, who else, eh? The geezer's been hell-bent on sending you under one way or another.
Now, we've got to be 200% sure about this.
Right, well, he's wiry, fair-haired, short,
no, wait a minute. No, now you mention it, he was sort of dark and thick-set and quite tall.
No, but, look, Arthur, I know it's him. Well, I've told the police.
You've done what?
No, well, he's an head case.
You grasped, Ray.
Arthur, the man is deranged.
Arthur, believe
you. Grasped?
I didn't grasp.
Winchester Club.
Anonymous phone call. Special circumstances.
Oh, my God.
Arthur, it's for you.
I know. No, I'm on my way.
Bit of luck, that. We were just coming for you.
Well, I knew you'd need the insurance papers, so I thought I'd get them to you as quickly as possible.
Well, I pulled a suspect. I've got a tip-off from a chap who was at the scene, but won't come forward. But to get any further, it'll require a formal ID from you.
Could be number 4. Possibly number 7. Oh, sorry.
I thought for a horrible minute you'd forgotten our deal.
You can rely on me. Slight communication glitch with my nephew.
Appreciate it, Arthur.
Daly.
Sorry about that, Mr. Tompkins. Bit of shattering glass might have helped.
Mr. Daly, because of your failure to identify the only other suspect in this case, and because of the nature of our own investigations, I have to warn you that we'll be charging you over this incident.
Slings and arrows of outrageous thingy. Will I get a letter from the magistrate?
Oh, it's likely to be more formal than that, sir.
What, reckless driving?
Amongst other things.
What?
Attempted murder, Mr. Daly.
Look, there's no point in arguing about this. What's done is done. You'll have to prove your innocence, Arthur, without fingering the lad.
How?
Maybe you could get one of the blokes who ID'd you to say he's made a mistake. I mean, once there's any doubt, you're in the clear.
Come on, you all get into D. That's RPG. The battlefield on wheels. The car selling shop that's wicked and wild with a wicked attitude and a real fight. Got that, think that, hear that. Here we go again. Come on, you all get into D. That's
It's quite catchy when your head stops banging.
The car selling shop.
Yeah, what's happened?
He'd have shut down.
They didn't give the address.
Well, it's the police, probably.
The what?
Arthur, it's a pirate station. The old bill are on their backs all the time. The lads have to keep on the move.
Pirate? First murder, now piracy. The plot will be looking for me everywhere.
They won't, Arthur.
I'll write to my MP. Say I'm an innocent victim of circumstances and will he fight my case to the highest court in the land.
Yeah, who is our MP?
God knows. It's him! Who? The local magistrate. He's our MP. We still got them who's somewhere around?
In the cage, under the ducks.
Yeah, of course they are. He's a Sir, Ray. He's got medals. I'm going to dangle, I know I am.
You are not, Arthur, please.
You're going to have to do something for me, Ray. Hide me.
Arthur, what is the matter?
All his family play polo. I'm a goner.
Here, take these, go back to the flat and put the kettle on.
What you going to do? I don't want you talking to Gedley.
I won't, Arthur. I just want to sort out 1 or 2 loose ends. So you know what's going on and you won't be left hanging around. Sorry, Arthur.
Don't be long.
He's going crazy.
I am sorry to hear that.
You shouldn't even mention things like that in front of Arthur.
I was merely trying to impress upon Mr. Daly the seriousness of the situation in which he'd found himself.
Yeah, but attempted murder?
Look, I'll have you know that certain evidence has come to light which makes us think there was something premeditated about the attack on the shop.
What are you talking about, evidence?
Mr. Carson has remembered belatedly that as the car smashed through the window, he heard Mr. Daly shout, "You've had this coming a long time, Carson." Now, whether he meant damage to the shop or to Carson himself, well, it's difficult to say.
So why haven't you charged him? You don't believe Carson, do you? And you know Arthur well enough to know he's not so stupid to get into ram raiding.
Look, our investigations are continuing.
It's a setup and you know it. You know, but I find that quite encouraging.
I beg your pardon.
Well, you've got a man in the frame, witnesses, but you're still not charging. You're trusting to your sixth sense. Cheers.
Word up, people. You heard what the man said. Check this one out, because it's going to be seriously fat. You know it. I'm out of here.
Right, Kate.
Oh, man, safe?
Yeah, thanks for the lift, mate.
No problem, mate.
Yeah, I didn't know you was broadcasting from here now as well.
Yeah, here at the flat. Depends on the atmospherics.
Atmospherics?
Yeah, you know, flashing blue lights.
I'll catch you later. Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, see you, mate.
There is no way they can charge you with anything more than reckless driving.
Oh, Ray, the relief, I can't tell you. Yeah, do you remember when Uncle Stanley came to stay and he was forced to remain in the loft for 3 weeks? That Sunday when he packed his bags and left, I thought, that's going to take some beating. But this...
Yeah, but the bad news is Gedley's little boy.
Yeah?
Well, at least I think it's him. Get the feeling the old man won't be that stupid.
Why, what's he done?
Well, he's brought the Volvo back.
Brought it back? I didn't know it had gone.
Yeah, well, I took it back over there. I wanted old man Gedley to know that the deal was off.
Ray, I told you.
I didn't speak to him, Arthur. It was a gesture.
And?
He smashed every screen on the car lot.
Oh, my God, Ray, how could you?
Well, I didn't do it.
Look, if you'd done things my way, this would never have happened.
Your way? What, hiding out?
Look, if your Uncle Stanley can spend 3 weeks in your dad's loft with his claustrophobia... Oh, my God, Ray!
Right, man, that is it. That is the last time I ever do you a favour. You know, the wrong kind of people.
Why, what's happened?
Oh, sorry, Ray. Your mate Gedley's just seen to it that we won't be broadcasting from the studio for a little while.
Right, that's it.
Ray!
Arthur, this is all bang out of order. Gedley Jr. needs a seeing to. And if we hadn't allowed ourselves to get backed into a corner in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Mr. D, any chance of a lift at the Priam?
Your boy has just smashed every windshield in our car lot.
No way.
And he's also wrecked the studio of a couple of good mates of mine.
Not my Grant.
Right then. So who had the keys to drive the Volvo back round to ours, eh? And I'll tell you something, my mates don't lie. They know who they saw.
Get it. Go on, leave me.
Are you going to do something?
It's none of your business.
He's a loose cannon, you know that.
Get going, Daly.
Somebody has got to sort him. He's a menace.
Don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do with him. His family.
Family.
Come on, you all, get into D. That's Mr. D, the batter stills on wheels. The car selling shop that's wicked and wild. With a wicked attitude and a real cool vibe. Rock that, dig that, get that. Here we go again on the daily second-hand car store. Get there, you all, yes. Check, baby, 1, 2. Have no fear, we're back on the air. And as the man says, this is London calling.
Sensory deprivation. I've read all about it. You keep tweaking up the volume till all you can hear is white noise.
Yeah, but I've got to let him stay tonight, Arthur. I feel responsible. Well, it'll only be till morning.
To think Wally Clark and me rioted at the Isolde when they were showing Rock Around the Clock.
Why?
They stopped us dancing. They were getting bits of ceiling falling on the finger dainties in the coffee shop below. Oh, if we'd known what we were starting.
Yeah, I bet your dad said the same, Arthur. And I tell you what, things don't change from one generation to the next.
Oh, don't you believe it?
Yeah, but think about it. We'll never crack it via the Gedleys. Carson's your man. He must be in league with them. Either Grant's put the frighteners on...
Insurance.
What you doing here?
Carson owed me money. Grant thought a nice insurance claim had settled the debt once and for all.
You can't knock his thinking.
What do you want?
I need a word with Mr. Daly. Alone.
No way. I ain't leaving him.
This doesn't concern you.
It does if it involves Arthur's well-being. I want him to stay in one piece, thanks.
Please. Mr. Daly has stood by the bargain he made. I respect that. No harm's going to come to him.
It's all right, Ray. Come on in.
I feel ashamed even being here. I thought maybe you'd understand.
Oh, I appreciate your predicament. Young Ray's given me a few sleepless nights in the past, I can tell you. His dad wasn't always around. I did the looking after.
Of course. What can you do? You love them so much you'd give them anything. All they do is complain. You're breathing down their necks all the time. All you want's what's best for them.
And you don't think your boy will come round?
I think he needs, like I said.
Well, if you're sure.
I can't turn him over. It's...
I know. Family. This is not how I envisaged it, Ray.
It's the only solution, Arthur. Carson knows who you are and what you've got to lose. Don't worry, I'm going to be right behind you.
I wish you'd be right in front of me.
It's no problem. The lads have got it well sussed. But remember, Grant's on his way, so don't hang around in there.
Nothing could be further from my mind.
What do you want?
Please, there's no need for verbals. I've been through enough in here, including your front window.
I'll call the police if you don't leave.
Look, Mr. Carson, there's no need for that. I am the bringer of good tidings. I happen to know that your cockeyed idea of me was for insurance purposes.
Who told you that?
The man who was driving. Grant Gedley. Who else would know?
Why would he tell you?
He thinks his secret's safe with me. He thinks him and me have an arrangement. Instead, I've come to make one with you.
What sort of arrangement?
I'm prepared to pay you twice the amount of money you diddled the insurance company out of, provided you tell the truth about Grant driving. Say you were confused with the shock of it all. Do this one deal with me and I disappear. Get friendly with Gedley Jr. and you'll have regular royal visits.
How do I know you'll stick to your word?
Look, if I don't get Gedley put away, I'm in deep trouble, as you well know. My personal freedom is your guarantee.
You toe rag, Carson.
Oh, Mr. Gedley, I was just...
Yeah, I know what you were doing. You're trying to stitch me up. You say I was driving that motor and you're in big trouble.
We were merely discussing the price of a nice bit of Dresden I noticed when we popped through the casement the other day.
You got some brass, ain't you, Daly? trying to go behind my back. Don't you know when to lie down and die?
Your attitude's pretty hypocritical, considering your dealings with Mr. Carson.
I know what I'm doing. I'm the future.
Well, that remains to be seen. For the moment, I'll bid you good day.
I'm getting sick of you, Daly. I want you out of my hair.
That's enough, Gedley. You should lock your back door, Mr. Carson. It's a terrible temptation.
Come to look after the old man? That's nice. I can do the whole family in one go.
Oh, please, think of the damage.
Ray, I've already come into forceful contact with much of this room.
No worries, Arthur. I won't even touch him. See, Grant, you're going to go away for a little while. Because you've been set up.
You try anything funny and I'll have my old man onto you. He can pull strings, make your eyes water.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but who gave you the tip-off that got you here so conveniently? I'm afraid you've been kippered.
No way. My dad wouldn't do that. You're making it up. You got nothing on me. You got no evidence that proves anything. I'll show you who's got the power round here. You'll regret you ever heard the name Gedley. You got nothing on me. You got no evidence that proves anything. I'll show you who's got the power round here. You'll regret you ever heard the name Gedley.
Did you get all that then, lads?
No problems, Ray. Clear as a bell.
Piece of cake, Arthur.
You speak for yourself. I feel a couple of Mogadon and a trough of vodka coming on.
Latest, yeah?
That's all right.
Very pleasing, Ray. Silly prices banished from the manor. London's most wanted safely inside, where hopefully he will realise what his old man was trying to save him from.
Yeah, well, I better slap the old prices back on then, Arthur.
You'll do no such thing.
Don't you want them back to how they were?
Where's your business sense, Ray? We've got to recoup. Bung another 500 on all of them.
Right. Here, Arthur. You better come outside.
Why?
Well, there's a load of punters. I can't deal with them all.
What do you mean?
Well, I reckon it must be the advertising campaign.
Ray, your mates. They're pure gold dust.
Yeah, I can do that one for cash.
Yo, the man! What? Daly, what's happening, my man? Oh, what's on his car, Is it alright if we cut a drag in the jag?
No! That one's not for sale. No, come on. No.
Take it easy, Mr. Daly. The hat is swinging.
Thank you very much. Ray, what's happening?
Oh, easy.
All right. Taken over by the street gang. What's the other
Don't get
I don't worry about that, Arthur. I've just unfreed that cash and got a deposit on the soft top.
Cool. Do feel free to get in. Sadly, the price on this one is not negotiable, but it is top of the range.
Young lady over there, yeah? Oh, yeah, all right.
Listen, man. Oh, this stereo's bad. Yeah,
Nice
don't
to
pump it up, son.
Just remember, I promised Dave I'd help him with the quality control.
Yeah, how long for, Arthur?
As long as it takes, Ray.
Look at this roof, look. Comes right off this one.